today as the West Virginia Mountaineers come into town to take on the 5th-ranked team in the nation, the TCU Horned Frogs. And the last 3 meetings, folks, between these two teams has gone down to the wire.
Boykin takes, rolls right, rolls short. Ball game!
The kick is up. That kick is a winner!
Here's a kick from Omicron. Plenty on it. He's knocked it down, and TCU wins in Morgantown tonight.
Hi, everybody. I'm Gus Johnson, along with my partner, Joel Klatt, and welcome to Fort Worth. And partner, when you look at this game for the Horned Frogs, they're ranked 5th in the nation. Last year, they're left out of the college football playoffs. Undefeated right now. It's almost as if the playoffs begin for TCU now.
And it's because they understand the bitterness of being left out. Like you said, only 1 loss a year ago, and yet they were at home watching the college football playoffs. So they understand that their playoffs do start right now, and there are no room for error. Oklahoma State, Kansas, Oklahoma, and Baylor trying to avenge that loss from a year ago. This is a gauntlet of a schedule in November, and they're going to have their best players play their best. Trevon Boykin is that player. He's the most important player of any in the country to his team. He's played sensational thus far. Gus, he's the best quarterback right now in the country. A clear Heisman frontrunner along with Leonard Fournette. It's not just the skill level that he plays with, it's his mind. He's graduated to that place where it's not only what he's doing, but it's a part of him. He's acting as if he is Superman, and we're going to see him play here tonight. I cannot wait.
According to TCU head coach Gary Patterson, this game with West Virginia has always been a war, and we expect another one tonight. World War IV coming up next on Fox. And welcome to FS1 College Football presented by Geico, Amon G. Carter Stadium, Fort Worth, Texas. The Camden Yards of college football, they call it. And we're ready for TCU and West Virginia. Time now to join the 3rd member of our team on the sideline. We call her Boss Lady, Molly McGrath.
Oh, thanks, Gus. Well, West Virginia's players have been eyeing this game ever since last season's last-second loss to TCU, and running back Wendell Smallwood told me this is personal. This game means a lot to us. We believe that we can beat TCU. Smallwood returned to practice for the first time in 3 weeks after suffering an ankle injury and told me that he finally got his burst back. He's been running at full speed, and good news for the Mountaineers defense. Corner Terrell Chestnut told me he's going to play through a shoulder injury, and linebacker Shaq Petaway also returning from a sprained MCL in his right knee. Neither are 100%, but they'll push through it tonight, guys.
All right, all 3 games between the 2 schools in the Big 12 have been decided on the last play. 2 in overtime, and the road team has won each time. Great football weather, 70 degrees. At kickoff time, West Virginia won the toss and will receive the football. The Mountaineers will start from their own 25-yard line. And as they get ready to take the field, couple of things about the Mountaineers when they have the rock.
They have to feature Wendell Smallwood. You heard the report from Molly. Finally healthy. He's the key to controlling the clock, just like Kansas State did to this TCU team a few weeks ago. And then on the TCU side, a true freshman making his first start tonight, Julius Lewis at corner. That's something that West Virginia is going to have to monitor and probably attack.
First down and 10 at the 25, and Smallwood running to his right. He'll run right into Davion Pearson, the senior from Oklahoma City that they're so high on, Gary Patterson especially. So the quarterback, Skyler Howard Jr., he grew up about 12 miles away from where we are right now, from Fort Worth, Texas. 2nd down and 8 at the 27. Quarterback run, and he'll pick up about 3.5, maybe 4 yards on the play. Josh Carraway with the tackle and a flag thrown late.
After the play, a late hit by number 31 of the defense. Penalty is 15 yards, and it's first down.
That's Isahaku, the freshman.
See, the ball was coming loose just a little bit, and yeah, clearly late, even though he was trying to hold up as best he could, but makes contact. Gary Patterson wants him to play much smarter than that. Isahaku, a redshirt freshman from Norcross, Georgia. 29 tackles on the year.
First down and 10 at the 46 for West Virginia. Smallwood in the backfield with Howard. Howard with time, delivers down the field. He's got a receiver. Incomplete. Sheldon Gibson almost caught that football.
Isaaku, a play after that penalty here. He gets beat as a safety, and I think he just got a hand, not maybe on the ball, but distracting Gibson. Hits him right in the stomach. Got to bring that one in. I think he thought that was going to get batted away by Isaaku. He was surprised that it came through cleanly.
West Virginia coming off a 62-38 loss in Waco a couple of weeks ago. 2nd and 10 at the 46. Delayed handoff. Smallwood looking for running room. And Smallwood taken down. Terrell Lathan, the senior from Chatham, Louisiana.
There are a few of these older defensive linemen that are now playing. Davion Pearson, Terrell Lathan, Gary Patterson leaning on these guys in order to play much improved defense because they have struggled to this point this season, in particular for a Patterson-led unit.
3rd down and 7. Here's Howard with time. Goes deep again. This time wide open. Incomplete. Wow. Javon Durant had 2 hands on the football. Julius Lewis was beaten but managed to get over in time and break it up.
This is perfect execution from the true freshman Julius Lewis. He's beat, but look how he attacks the football with his right hand. That's a touchdown. But the youngster goes up and he separates the receiver from the ball. Textbook defensive back play.
So Nick O'Toole will send it away at his own 34-yard line. Devontae Turpin back deep. He's been playing a little dinged up last week with a concussion, but he's in there for action tonight. So TCU prepares to take over as Trevon Boykin comes onto the field for the first time, and a couple of things to pay attention to when the Horned Frogs have the ball.
Well, it all starts with number 2, but that's because he gets to throw to this guy, Josh Dotson. 152.4 yards per game, leads the FBS. This guy's on track to win the Biletnikoff Award. He is sensational. Nick Kwiatkowski, he leads a very physical defense that has given this TCU offense trouble in the last couple of years because of that physical presence.
So 1st down and 10 at the 9-yard line for TCU. Boykin, empty backfield, out of the gun, sprints out of the pocket, squares his shoulders, heads downfield for Dotson, and broken up. Dotson broke open late, but Darryl Worley got over and knocked it out of his hands.
Worley was the backside corner, and he did a great job. His man actually just ran a hitch right near the line of scrimmage, and he took off deep when he read the quarterback's eyes, and he gave the safety help, separates the ball, just like Julius Lewis. But now Worley, who just made the play, actually down, and they'll have to attend to him.
He gets up limping a bit, so Worley, a junior from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, heads over to the sideline.
Trying to stretch that left leg out, and Nana Kyram, junior from Ohio, played a lot against Baylor because they've been banged up at the corner position. They can ill afford to lose one of these corners. Darryl Worley and Terrell Chestnut were starting. Ricky Rumpf had a death in the family, did not make the trip. His grandmother passed away. He played a bunch against Baylor for Dana Holgerson, and so they're thin at the cornerback position. You do not want to be thin against this unit, the TCU Horned Frogs.
2nd down and 10. And they'll swing it out into the flats. And this is Turpin. Turpin so quick as he picks up a 1st down. Trevon Boykin, what a career he's had at TCU. Heisman candidate. Boykin's last game at Iowa State, he was 27 for 32. That's 84% for 436 yards, 4 touchdowns, rushed for 74 yards, and a touchdown as well. Gain of 11 on the last play. 1st down and 10 to the 20-yard line. And they'll hand it off to Green. Looking for a hole, Aaron Green. And he's stopped by Christian Brown, the redshirt junior from Fort Myer, Florida.
This defensive front played very well for about 2.5 quarters against Baylor, and then the floodgates opened. Gus, you and I were there for that game. They're a hard-nosed group up front, led by Kyle Rose, the nose guard, Nick Kwiatkowski. Christian Brown has played well, number 95. They have got to be perfect tonight against TCU.
2nd down and 9 to the 21. Green in motion out of the backfield. Boykin flips it out. Turpin in space, but this time he gets chopped down. Terrific job. K.J. Dillon The spur. What's spur mean? That's a safety, right?
Well, they run a very unique style of defense. It's not a 4-3. It's not a 3-4. It's a 3-3-5. So they play with 5 defensive backs. K.J. Dillon is actually a safety that'll play on all 3 levels of the defense. He can play as a defensive back, linebacker, or defensive lineman.
3rd down and 13 at the 17-yard line. Kyle Hicks in the game now. Here's Boykin. With time, he'll uncork another one down the sideline for Lisenby, incomplete, but a flag on the play. Darryl Worley back in the game. Looks like he'll be called for pass interference.
Pretty easy call here. Worley just gets his hands on him and then shoves him even more. Lisenby actually goes to the ground. Not going to call that an NBA-style flop just yet.
Pass interference,
but he draws
number 7 of the defense. It's a 15-yard penalty, and it's an automatic first down.
Kobe Lisenby, one of the fastest players in the country. He sat out 2 games and parts of 2 others after suffering a lower body injury in the SMU game in week 3. He's a 2-time track All-America who runs a 10.3 100 meters.
10.03. I don't want you to short him.
Excuse me, don't let me short him. Here's Green running around the right side, breaks loose, gets up the sideline and out of bounds at the 45. That's a first down. Terrell Chestnut there to push him out of bounds. And he lost his helmet in the process. He'll have to sit out a play.
This offense can attack you in so many different ways, and they're doing it with tempo now.
First down and 10, opening drive for the Horned Frogs. Now Boykin wants to run it. He's got room and slides down at the 47. K.J. Dillon said, "Take that with you, Mr. Heisman candidate quarterback." Little lick, a little late.
But what you just saw is what makes him such a threat. You know, talking with Sonny Cumbie and Doug Meacham, the co-offensive coordinators, they said this guy is maybe the greatest threat in this offense that this offense has ever seen since Johnny Football at Texas A&M.
2nd down and 7 at the 47. Aaron Green hopping through the hole, and he may lose some yardage on the play, about a yard, as Shaq Pettaway gobbles him up.
Pettaway dealing with a strain in his MCL and still giving it a go, playing 100%. Gotta love the effort. A senior from Ohio. He's played 44 career games. Had 8 tackles, a monster day against Oklahoma State 2 weeks ago.
3rd down and 8 at the 46. West Virginia desperately wanting to get off the field to send TCU a message. Here's Boykin, steps up in the pocket, goes deep on the sideline. And incomplete, but a flag on the play. Dotson, the intended receiver. But let's see, the flag is at the 19-yard line. Terrell Chestnut covering.
The ruling on the field is that the receiver landed out of bounds. 4th down.
He definitely did land out of bounds, and now we'll check on the flag.
Pass interference by number 16 of the defense. It's a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down.
So they're going to call that on Chestnut.
Boy, I have no idea where that penalty occurred. The field judge was right in front of him. The flag actually came from the back judge about 20 yards away, who wasn't even in position to make that call. That's a free first down by the officials. That is not a very good call.
So 2 pass interference penalties called against West Virginia on TCU's opening series. Boykin sets up a screen underneath and incomplete. Tony James, the intended receiver, number 28, just dropped the football. Dana Holgorsen still hot about that call.
You know, he should be. It's not even the official that is in position, the mechanics of the officiating that goes on. The field judge is right in front of those 2 receivers. Penalty comes from 20 yards away, and there was very minimal contact at best.
2nd down and 10 to the 39 for TCU. Boykin bouncing in the pocket underneath. Ooh, he threw a BB at the 30-yard line. Josh Dotson hauls it in and picks up the first down. This kid has one of the quickest releases that you'll see.
You know, the old adage that you hear when you see someone like that quick release, he spins it. You know, he spins it so well. Comes out of his hand. It's like a great shooter in basketball. It just pops out of their hand. Great RPMs, very accurate with the ball as well, in particular in the middle of the field.
So he's got a Stephen Curry type release.
Well, that would be now that would be all.
I've never seen you at a loss for words.
That would be like Dan Marino. Marino probably had the quickest release I've ever seen. Rodgers right now is that way in the NFL, but Boykin, in terms of college football right now, currently one of the quickest releases we've got in our game.
KJ Dillon dinged up, walking over to the sideline. Here's that release.
And he's even got a little hitch, but watch at the top. See how that ball pops out of his hand, and he's got the RPMs on it. Then the nose turns over. That tells you that his elbow at the release point is high. And the RPMs, perfect.
First down and 10 of the 28 after the 10-yard gain to Dotson. Boykin, here's the reverse, near side. And it's Sean Nixon running out of bounds at the 20. The redshirt freshman from Austin.
They've got so many weapons. Now the misdirection comes out. They're going to fake the zone read, then the counter, and then ultimately flip it back for a reverse. Makes a guy miss. It's close to the chains. This is what's so dangerous about TCU is they're always in short yardage situations like this.
11th play of the drive that started at the 9 of TCU. 2nd and 2 at the 20. Now Green lining up. They find him in the flats. Aaron Green with a blocker, cuts it inside. And Aaron Green, the senior from San Antonio, Texas, will pick up about 4 yards on the play.
Sean Nixon threw a wonderful block, number 3, a play after taking that reverse. He's the one that actually sprung the play for a first down. Watch the slot receiver. He goes down, cuts the defender down to the ground. Then you get a conversion. Excellent play.
First down and 10 of the 17. Boykin play action, throws the fade in the corner. Josh Dotson, touchdown. How simple can it get for the TCU Horned Frogs? And that's the 21st game in a row in which TCU has scored a first-quarter touchdown. It's the nation's longest streak and an ongoing Big 12 record.
How about the timing here? This ball is going to be released by Boykin before Dotson even gains a step. He wasn't even with Chestnut at the time. The ball's released. Dotson turns on the jets and goes to the back of the end zone for the touchdown. Wow.
Such an athletic play for Dotson. Have you ever heard of the ballerina Misty Copeland? She's one of the best in the world.
I'm not that worldly, Gus.
Josh Dotson has some Misty Copeland-esque moves here in the first quarter. TCU on top.
Winning Baylor, he's been sensational. Trevon Boykin, 1A to only Leonard Fournette. Fournette's having a historic season at the running back position in the SEC as we take a look at our Nissan Heisman watch tonight. Fournette's been amazing. Boykin, best quarterback in the land. Ezekiel Elliott at Ohio State. And Christian McCaffrey. Watch out for McCaffrey. He has really led Stanford on this charge to the point where they're in the running for a playoff berth as well.
Overchrome sends it away. Jennings and Durant back deep. And this one will not be returned. So coming up, the West Virginia offense back on the field. Skyler Howard has his work cut out for him. He's got to move the ball against TCU. So Skyler Howard back on the field. TCU with the 7-0 lead over West Virginia. Howard 18 of 37. 289 yards and 4 touchdowns, 1 interception in his last game against Baylor. And Dana Holgorsen told us that he wants his offense to have confidence to know they could score with the best of them.
Well, in this conference, sometimes you've got to match scores, and right now it looks like that's the type of night it's going to be.
First down, Howard throws underneath, and it's caught. And this is David Sills, a freshman from Wilmington, Delaware. Here's a kid that really emerged against Baylor a couple of weeks ago.
Got his first action against Baylor. Took his red shirt away. Recruited as a quarterback. Comes in, though, and is athletic enough to move to the wide receiver position and is really helping them out right now.
First down and 10 to the 35. Howard handing it off. Shell. Russell runs into a wall. He'll pick up about 2 yards on the play.
Montrell Wilson, number 20, was in there. These linebackers now, TCU runs a 4-2-5. The 2 middle linebackers, Trevon Howard and Montrell Wilson, weigh 190 and 208.
Howard throws to the sideline. That one a little low, but Shelton Gibson scoops it up, and I tell you, this Shelton Gibson, number 3 in the nation in yards per catch at 23.5 yards per catch. He is a burner.
And he was behind the defense already once tonight. Wasn't able to haul in the catch, but this guy is electric. There's no question. They've got to stay on the field here, though. Big third down opportunity.
Third down at 3 at the 42. They'll hand it off, and they not pick up the first down. Shell ran into just a number of purple jerseys. Sharafa, the first one there.
He's going to get a crash there from the right defensive end. Going to make the play as he gets inside Adam Pankey. Pankey's a left guard, number 57, that had to move out to left tackle because Yadni Kajust didn't make the trip, the starting left tackle.
Turf toe, the problem for Kajust, so West Virginia sending it away. Turpin with the fair catch at the 17. So Josh Dotson, he's got so many skills, speed, grace, style. He'll be back on the field. Welcome back. 7:01 to play in the first quarter. TCU with the lead and the football. They're the 5th-ranked team in the nation. Halloween coming up, Joel. Spider-Man and Iron Man both in attendance to watch the Horned Frogs play the Mountaineers.
Let's hope we don't need them tonight.
Let's hope so. And here's Boykin running the option. He's got the edge. Boykin still on the move, and he steps out of bounds at the 46. There's so many weapons for this TCU team.
You know, and when you combine that with the fact that Boykin now has the experience and the repetitions where he knows exactly how to use this offense. It's not that he's just operating the system. He's manipulating the system to attack the defense. That's graduate level play from Trevon Boykin.
A 27-yard gain, first down and 10 at the 46. Play fake. Boykin looking all day to throw. Over the middle. Caught at the 30-yard line. And this is Turpin. Devontae Turpin with a 31-yard gain.
Boykin had all the time in the world to throw it because this route took forever. A big old banana route. Starts on the inside. He's got to clear the linebackers, then get back to the corner. They find the hole. Boykin, all the time in the world for a big completion.
A gain of 27 and a gain of 31 on the last 2 plays for TCU. First down at the 23. Boykin again. Fires it this time. Just guns it for a first down. Colby Listenby with the reception. They really want to get him into the act.
They want him to get some easy completions early. Remember, trying to get him back from those injuries from earlier in the season. If they can get that threat on the other side of Josh Dotson, then they're going to be very dangerous moving forward here into the stretch run in November.
Tied his career high with 6 catches for 101 yards in his last game against Iowa State. First down and 10 at the West Virginia 13. Green trying to spin to get back to the line of scrimmage, but he won't do it. Wachuku with the tackle, the redshirt junior from Wiley, Texas.
That's exactly how you play these read zone. He just sat there, didn't define himself for the quarterback, made the play.
Second down and 11. They pitch it. And it's Green trying to cut it back. Nice stick move, but not enough. This time it's Darryl Worley who comes up and makes the tackle in space.
But the play was actually made by Wachuku again. Watch him come up, and he actually blows that play up. Actually, that was Jared Barber, the linebacker, who actually made that. But that's what'll force the cutback lane, and then they rallied up to make the tackle.
Third down and 14 at the 17. Horned Frogs need to get inside the 5 for a first down. Devon Boykin in the shotgun by himself. Here's Boykin. Looking over the middle. Incomplete. And a flag on the play. Looks like this will be another interference call. Josh Dotson, the intended receiver. KJ Dillon.
Pass interference by number 9 of the defense. The penalty is 15 yards, and it's an automatic first down.
He definitely got there a little bit early based on that replay. Coming up from the safety position, he doesn't like it, but at that point, I thought that he was absolutely there before the ball arrived.
And that's the 3rd pass interference penalty on 3rd and long against West Virginia. So first down and goal at the 2-yard line for the Horned Frogs.
You can't give regular offenses extra chances like this, much less the TCU Horned Frogs, who will just make you pay all night long.
First down and goal of the 2. Green in the backfield with Boykin. Boykin will run it himself. Tries to get outside. Touchdown TCU. Boykin in the red zone this year. 13 touchdowns, no interceptions. And this time he runs it.
With a flip at the end. This guy can do it all.
So a 6-play drive covering 81 yards for TCU. They ate up 2 minutes and 12 seconds. Extra point for Oberchrome is good. 4:49 to play in the first quarter. The Horned Frogs moving and grooving already. Up 2 touchdowns against West Virginia.
Bit of a shakeup in the AP top 4 this week. LSU Clemson at number 3. Baylor holds in at number 2. Seth Russell, of course, out in Ohio State making their quarterback change. J.T. Barrett has them looking awfully good. But in our Fox 4, our 13-member panel that votes on this is how we put it. Number 4 LSU, 3 Baylor, 2 Clemson, all the way up there after some big wins, including 58-0 over Miami, and Ohio State, the number 1 team in the country. So Ohio State right now, a lot of momentum with that quarterback switch, but all the meat of their schedule is ahead of them, Gus.
That's right. Michigan, Michigan State. They have Minnesota the next time they hit the field, followed by Illinois. Now let's go to Rob Stone for a Lowe's game break.
All right, Gus, let's take you to Pittsburgh. 2 unbeatens in ACC play. Pitt, UNC. Marquise Williams avoids the pressure, avoids the face mask, heaves it up. Ryan Switzer, the 71-yard touchdown. It is now 13-3 Tar Heels late in the second quarter.
All right, thank you very much, Rob.
That North Carolina team sneaking up on people right there. Pitt's having a great year. Huge game there.
First down and 10 at the 25 for West Virginia. And they'll run it on first down. It's Wendell Smallwood stopped by Montrell Wilson, the middle linebacker. So when you look at West Virginia now, they're down by 14. You would think that at this time, against an opponent like TCU, they have to throw caution to the wind.
Definitely have to keep themselves within striking distance and keep themselves close so that they can get into that scoring match that Dana Holgerson talked to us about this week. An injured TCU player on the field, Montrell Wilson, one of the linebackers, true freshman from Keller, Texas, 6'3", 208 pounds. He started this season, Wilson did, as a safety. And because of all the attrition, TCU lost 6 starters in their first 3 weeks, including a 7th that just left the team. Few of those were linebackers, and Gary Patterson had to move a couple of safeties down there. Montrell Wilson has been playing ever since. Here he is right in the middle of your screen as he tackles Wendell Smallwood. Hard to tell exactly. He hung on to that left leg at the end of the tackle. His head went right into the right hip of Wendell Smallwood.
So Wilson will walk off the field on his own. That's a good sign. Different players made their first career start this season. And you mentioned the injuries in the first 3 weeks, but the newbies have come around and some of the injured players have returned. Second down and 6 at the 29. Howard underneath picks up the first down. And this is Shorts, Da'Keil Shorts Jr., the junior from Clayton, New Jersey. First down and 10, WVU at the 37. Smallwood with room. And another first down for the Mountaineers. Howard with the tackle. But West Virginia determined to run the ball against the Horned Frogs.
Well, they need to. It's exactly what Kansas State did to build that 18-point lead at the half in the game in Manhattan, Kansas. And now with the linebacker out, Montrell Wilson, they're going to have to do this with some smoke and mirrors now in the interior. They got to run the ball downhill.
Gain of 12, 1st and 10. Play fake. Howard looking far side. And incomplete. Shelton Gibson, the intended receiver, he may have slipped on the route.
I think he did. It was just going to be a very simple completion, probably for a first down, and he's just going to slip out. Left foot goes out from under him. See, that's just going to be an easy first down for West Virginia, but too many mistakes being made. Those wide receivers, for the first time in a long time, are playing on grass. Remember, West Virginia, turf team. Most teams in the Big 12 play on the artificial surface. Not used to playing on this natural grass.
2nd and 10 of the 49. Again, looking that way. Thinks he has a lane, gets outside, tucks it, and goes out of bounds. Ty Summers chasing him out of bounds along with Derek Kindred.
Well, he did exactly what he needed to do, which was make this a much more manageable third down situation.
3rd down and 4 at the 45. They're 0 for 2 to start the game. Empty backfield for Skyler Howard. He likes to run it out of this situation. Here's Howard. They'll fire it down the field. Looking, Sills over the shoulder, incomplete. It would have been a tough catch for David Sills. But the freshman unable to adjust.
Boy, that ball was on the money. The route was perfect. He gave him room on the outside. The ball comes on his outside shoulder, and he was just unable to get all the way back there and catch the ball. But this is 4-down territory, in particular with 2 touchdowns early from TCU. And Dana Holgerson's going to keep his quarterback on the field, and they'll go for it here on 4th.
So 4th down and 4 at the 45. Smallwood in the backfield. Howard rolling, in trouble, just fires it, and incomplete. West Virginia holding on 4th down, shorts the intended receiver, but Howard under pressure.
That's one he's going to want to have back. On 4th down, you never want to throw the ball away. Howard's got to give his receiver a chance. Even if that ball is intercepted, they would have picked up 3 or 4 yards, but Gary Patterson psyched. Remember, he loses a linebacker on that series. And his defense is able to get it done. Pressure up front. Force Howard out of the pocket, and they get off the field. Big stop for TCU.
So TCU now with the football at their own 45. Boykin 7 of 9, 79 yards and a touchdown. He also has a rushing touchdown. Boykin steps back in the pocket. Fires. Dotson caught at the 10. Josh Dotson again. 45 yards.
Watch this. This is a broken play. I want you to watch Josh Dotson. He's the receiver in the middle, and he's going to throw up his hand. He's just saying to his buddy, hey, throw it deep. I'll go get it for you. He's one of the best deep ball catchers in America and proves it right there.
And he'll hand it off to Green. And Aaron Green down at the 7, maybe the 6.
This guy is just having an amazing year. Came into this game 60 catches for over 1,000 yards, breaking his own records that he set a year ago in terms of receiving yards and touchdowns. Already 13 now in the season. Now Corey Coleman is having a great year as well, but boy, these two guys, easily the best 2 wide receivers in America.
Back-to-back weeks, West Virginia faces Corey Coleman and now Josh Dotson. 2nd down and goal at the 7. Boykin running it, tries to cut it inside and doesn't go very far. Good defense. Jared Barber, first man to him, the redshirt senior.
Noble Wachuku was in there again, the junior from Wiley, Texas, number 97. He's done a nice job against all those zone read plays as the left defensive end for West Virginia. And a good first quarter so far.
3rd down and goal at the 7. wrestled down inside the 5.
It's so difficult to run the ball inside the 10-yard line. They're trying to help themselves out by having the wide receivers split all the way close to the sidelines outside of the numbers, but that's a great hold from West Virginia to force an apparent field goal opportunity here for TCU. That's a win for their defense.
Jaden Overgrown last season in Morgantown, his 37-yard field goal at the final gun won the game 31-30. Overgrown in to attempt a 20-yarder. And it's good. We'll take a break. TCU, though, with a 17-0 lead.
Your daughter.
17-0 lead. Jennings and Durant back deep, and once again, they will not be able to return this one. Well, folks, the World Series is off to a great start. The Royals head to New York with a 2-game lead. Can the Mets get back into the series, or will the Royals move one win away from their first title in 30 years? It all starts tomorrow with a pregame show on FS1 at 7 p.m. Eastern, then turn into your local Fox affiliate at 7:30 p.m. Eastern for Game 3 of the World Series. As you take a look at the men that will be on the mound.
Ventura against Syndergaard, where the Mets need those young arms to show up.
Howard, he fires, and Jordan Thompson with the catch. He'll be close to the first down. Looks like he has it. Derek Kindred pushed him out of bounds.
This is a big series for West Virginia because their defense had such a successful series. They're forcing a kick, whether it's a punt or a field goal, it's a win for them. They've got to get points here to stay close and give that defense some motivation to continue to play hard.
First down and 10 of the 36. And the handoff, and wow. Shell goes nowhere. He gets crunched by Terrell Lathan.
They are lucky that that ball didn't hit the ground. Watch as this exchange between Howard and Shell never is absolutely clean. Shell doesn't quite have it when Lathan hits him, but he's able to hold on down to the ground. Lathan, the senior from Louisiana, having a heck of a night so far.
Second and 13 at the 33. Here's Howard looking, reading. Howard in trouble, and Howard sacked at his own 20-yard line. Wow, Bryson Henderson, the sophomore from Mansfield, Texas, with the sack, and that's the end of the quarter and the score. TCU on top, 17-zip. The Frog should definitely be feared with Javon Boykin leading the way for TCU. Boykin, 8 of 10, 124 yards, a passing and a rushing touchdown. Right now for West Virginia, they're faced with a 3rd and 25 at their own 21. Howard decides to run it, tries to get through the hole and does, but is taken down at the 26 by Ty Summers. Mountaineers will have to punt it away yet again.
Smart play call. You don't want to force the ball into coverage. There were 8 TCU Horned Frogs deep, just dropping deep on the 3rd and 25. The last thing you want to do is create a short field for Javon Boykin in that offense.
Nick O'Toole punting from his own 14-yard line. 3rd punt of the game for O'Toole. Devontae Turpin, the deep man, he backpedals, fields it around the 15, makes the first man miss, makes the second man miss, and gets out of bounds at the 21. A 53-yard punt and a 2-yard return. Now huddle up with college football experts in live web chats all season long. A new guest every week. The Edward Jones College Football Huddle on FoxSports.com. And this is the most exciting time of the year in college football, when you're trying to figure out who will get to the big dance. Excuse me, NCAA tournament, but I got to say it. The Final Four. How about that?
Oh, there are people somewhere cringing.
Yes. First down and 10 to the 21. Boykin pulls it out, looks. Boykin uncorks down the sideline and almost intercepted. Askew Henry Could have made a big play for WVU, but just unable to hold on to the ball.
He was a true freshman All-American by some sources a year ago and just unable to bring it in, and he knows that those are the plays that you have to make against TCU because you have to find extra possessions for your offense. They're unable to do that there on a potential interception.
Second down and 10 to the 21. Boykin over the middle. So much velocity on that throw. Josh Dotson with the catch, and it's a gain of 18.
Look at the small window that he's throwing through. The defensive line drops out, and watch this. I mean, that ball is thrown to nobody but space because he knows where Dotson's going to be. That's using your mind. See, that's understanding the offense and the system. Great timing, accurate ball, and a completion for a first down. That's why he's the best in America right there, ladies and gentlemen.
First down and 10 at the 38. Boykin now sidearms it to the near side. Nixon with the catch. And I know Troy Aikman, if he's watching this game, wouldn't like that delivery from Trevon Boykin, but...
You know what, though? I think he would, and I've talked with Troy about this. Playing quarterback is more like playing shortstop in baseball than it is like being a pitcher and trying to repeat your delivery, because you can't repeat your delivery in football. There's a defense out there. They're chasing you. He drops down, still throws it accurately.
Second down and 9 at the 39. Boykin over the middle. Dotson breaks the tackle. CU later, 61 yards. But there is a flag on the play. All the way back at the 37. This may be going against West Virginia.
A personal foul, grabbing the face mask by number 77 of the offense.
Wow.
It's a 15-yard penalty and replay second down.
Jamel Naff. And that will negate the Josh Dotson touchdown.
There's Naff. He's the left guard. Now watch the linebacker 42. That's Jared Barber as he blitzed. There's the face mask. The left hand goes up, pulls his head, gets a piece of it. Flag comes out. As great as that play was for TCU, that's absolutely the correct call. Well done by the officials after that head was turned by the Naff face mask.
So they'll back it up, and TCU faced with a second and 24 at their own 24-yard line. One thing you can say about this TCU offensive line, Joel, they keep Trevon Boykin pretty clean most of the time.
Oh, look how experienced they are. Fultz, Hunt, Naff, Vaitai, all seniors. 4 of them back from last year's team. Joseph Noteboom, the only underclassman. He's a sophomore, but he's 6'5", 320.
TCU calls a timeout. Enthusiasm here in Fort Worth because this TCU team is one of the best in the nation. 17-0 right now. Let's go downstairs to Molly McGrath.
Gus, before the Iowa State game, Trevon Boykin greeted a young Cyclones fan with cerebral palsy named Abby Faber and said he just wanted to say hi to Abby because it felt like the right thing to do. He was shocked that it could change someone's life, and TCU fans made a fundraising page. They made up to $30,000 for her family, and a TCU donor donated a private jet to Abby and her family so they could be here tonight, guys.
And thank you very much. What a heartwarming story. Trevon Boykin kneeling down to talk to that young girl. Here's Boykin to throw it, in trouble, and sacked. 6 sacks all year given up by TCU. That is number 6. Wachuku. You've been talking about him a lot, Joel. Being able to get to the quarterback, and there's an injured player. That's Vaitai. Galapuli Vaitai, senior from Haltom, Texas.
He was all Big 12 a year ago. He's one of these experienced players. Started all 13 games at right tackle last year. Moved over to left tackle at times because of injuries, but still working against Wachuku all day. And see what actually happens to him. There he is, number 74.
He's being looked at on the field. We'll step away. Back right after this.
Left tackle Vaitai teammates call him Big V. Getting that right leg looked at here. He was rolled up on part of an offensive line that has protected their quarterback so well, giving up only 5 sacks on the year. Now number 68 in the ball game for TCU.
3rd down and 31. And they swing it out. Turpin. And he steps out of bounds, so the Horned Frogs will have to punt it away.
Joseph Noteboom, 68, moves to left tackle. 64, Matt Pryor comes in at right tackle, but all for naught there. Just have to punt the ball away after a very solid defensive series there for West Virginia. That's the way to answer the bell after their offense had to punt it away.
So West Virginia with a chance for good field position as Ethan Perry will punt it at his own 4-yard line. Gary Jennings back deep at the 39. Wobbly kick. And bounces out of bounds around the 45. So West Virginia will have good field position. Our college football weekend is just getting started. This Saturday, we've got a full day of action with some of the country's biggest programs, including USC, Texas, and 14th-ranked Oklahoma. It all begins Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern on Fox and 3:30 p.m. Eastern on FS1. How about that Texas team getting a little bit better every week?
Boy, aren't they? They've done a heck of a job, and they really started running the football. It was so important for them to do that. Their defense was just on the field way too long early in the season, but they've righted that ship.
First down to 10 at the 47 for West Virginia, and they'll run it with Smallwood. And Smallwood with some good room as he gains 5 yards on the play.
Got to take advantage of this solid field position here for West Virginia. The defense did their job. Now the offense got to move down and get some points.
2nd down and 5. Howard near side, make it far side, and is that caught? Yes, it is. Nice catch by Javon Durant. And Durant being pushed a little bit by David Sills.
After Sills came in the lineup, Durant, who had started since the beginning of the season as a true freshman, his level of play in practice and now in games has really increased. Sometimes competition will do that to kids.
First down to 10 at the 38. Skyler Howard again. And incomplete, intended for Smallwood out of the backfield.
That was a smart decision to just throw that over the head of Smallwood. He would likely have lost a yard or two. Mike Tuaua, 93, was the guy in coverage, and the incompletion actually made him a couple of yards there.
2nd and 10 at the 38. Howard 5 for 11, 43 yards. Smallwood. And he'll get close to the 30-yard line. Terrell Lathan in on the play again. Dana Holgerson, his name has been mentioned as a possible candidate for the Miami job.
He's a guy that's had a lot of success, but right now they're in the midst of a very hard stretch in this October schedule.
3rd down and 4 at the 32. Skyler Howard steps up in the pocket, delivers. He's got Gibson. Touchdown. Shelton Gibson, 32 yards. Howard, under immense pressure, stood in there and made a terrific throw.
I mean, the throw was great, but the read was terrific as well. He's going to be watching this safety the whole time. As soon as the safety comes down on the inside post, now he's going to throw it over the top. That's the timing that's going to be perfect, and he lays it out there for his big play wide receiver, Shelton Gibson.
7th receiving touchdown of the season for Shelton Gibson. And Josh Lambert comes in to attempt the extra point, and it's good. West Virginia finally on the board. 11:19 to play in the 2nd quarter. They go to their main man, Shelton Gibson. Touchdown, Mountaineers. Terrific play by Shelton Gibson. And he continues to build on his great season. Last week against Baylor, 3 catches for 92 yards and a career-long 70-yard touchdown catch. He also had a 100-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. Now, Gibson with a 32-yard touchdown catch. But more importantly, Joel, West Virginia on the board now.
And just a 10-point game rather than a 24-point game, which it was before that face mask negated the last touchdown for TCU.
Turpin decides to take a knee in the end zone. And they'll have it at the 25. Boykin and Dotson have connected as usual.
These guys have such a great relationship off the field, and there's no doubt that it helps them on the field. You know, you've seen now 3 or 4 different times where Trevon Boykin throws the ball before Dotson's anywhere near the completion spot. Great timing, but that's also a trust factor with a guy that you know is going to be where he needs to be. He's going to be open, and he's going to catch the ball.
Already a big first half for Josh Dotson. First down and 10 at the 25. Reed and Hicks in the backfield with Trevon Boykin. Near side, and this time it's Aaron Green. Kyle Rhodes with the tackle. I don't know if you're Dotson and Trevon Boykin. If Boykin carries Dotson's bags or Dotson carries Boykin's bags.
I think Gary Patterson carries both of them.
He should. He certainly should. Second down and 7 to the 28. And this is Hicks. And he'll go down to the 35. I don't know, Joel. Coming to Fort Worth, and this is a criticism, but it's my observation. You just don't feel like Trevon Boykin has been embraced as a Heisman candidate and one of the best quarterbacks in the country by the program.
Well, there's no question they know what they have and the talent that they have. A lot of that is that Trevon didn't want a big campaign, and he told them as such, and therefore it's been somewhat subdued as opposed to what you would see from other programs and schools as they promote their players for the Heisman Trophy.
Here's Boykin running the football, and he gets decked at the 37-yard line. Great tackle by Jared Barber. Yeah, I know Trevon didn't want a big campaign, but he's a kid. What does he know? He's the best player in the country, maybe.
I will tell you this. Maybe some of the best publicity that he's gotten that can't be bought by a boost or anything was that priceless moment with Abby Faber that Molly touched on a little bit earlier last week against Iowa State. I mean, you talk about now a player that's beloved by all of America for something that's greater than the game. I think that moment alone puts Trevon right up in that race.
First down and 10 at the 37. And Boykin pulls it out, looks underneath. Dotson makes the catch, and Dotson goes down in midfield. Nice tackle by Askew Henry, but it's a gain of 15 yards.
This pocket presence is uncanny. Watch, he's not looking at the rush. He just avoids it, and yet he continues to keep his throwing platform. The platform meaning the ball stays up at his chest so that he can have a quick release down the field and throw it accurately for a first down. That's amazing stuff right there.
First down and 10 at the 48. Boykin 12 of 15, 158 yards, a touchdown, throwing and rushing. Here's Trevon again. All day to throw the ball. Far side, and it's caught. This time, Charlie Reed, the sophomore from Dallas, with the grab.
Not too greedy there. Boykin just taking what the defense is giving. I want to go back just one moment because that moment with Abby Faber, you talk about perspective at a coin flip before a Big 12 game. Gus, I just going to go to someone that put it much greater than I ever could. Abraham Lincoln once said, "No man is so tall as to when he stoops to help a child." And that's what Trevon Boykin did at Iowa State, and he should be commended for it.
Well said. Second and 6 at the 44. Now Boykin. That one deflected and knocked down. Isaiah Bruce, I believe, who's playing defensive end today. He's a former linebacker. He may have gotten a hand on the football.
Bruce has had an up-and-down career. Started as a true freshman. He had 16 tackles in his first college football game, and then 15 all of last season. So it's trended the wrong direction for Bruce. He's gotten a little bigger, so they're trying him now at defensive end. He's very excited to get back on the field and try to contribute.
Third down and 6 at the 44. Boykin under pressure, off his back foot, Turpin! And Boykin just couldn't get enough on that football. Turpin was open. And that brings up 4th down. So well played by West Virginia. Daryl Worley with pressure on Boykin. The Mountaineers with a chance to get the ball back.
And now that's 3 straight series what we've seen the Mountaineers bow their neck inside the 10, force a field goal, and now back-to-back punts. So an excellent job by Tony Gibson's bunch to get off the field against TCU so far.
Ethan Perry will punt it from the 42. K.J. Dillon back deep at the 10. Dillon signaling for the fair catch, and he has it at the 11. So the West Virginia defense coming up big. They give their offense back the ball, trailing 17-7.
Coming up on the State Farm halftime, the sights from that massive ACC showdown as number 23 Pitt hosts 1-loss UNC. Plus, you'll get a look at the process as the Fox Playoff Committee selects its top 4. Now back to Gus Johnson, one of those committee members, Joel Klatt.
All right, thank you very much, Joel. I heard that when you guys are in that committee meeting, there's a lot of pizza, hoagies. You guys are pretty much sitting around, and when it's time to make the decision, it takes 2 minutes.
Well, mostly we all just yell at Clay Travis. But other than that, yes, lots of pizza.
1st down and 10 at the 12-yard line. Golden opportunity now for West Virginia. Howard hands it off. Smallwood. It'll crash through the hole and pick up a couple. Tuaua with the tackle. Let's go downstairs to Molly.
Gus, TCU's linebacker Montrell Wilson has been on the sidelines with his helmet off the past couple drives. I'm told he's doubtful to return with a left shoulder injury. They definitely could have used him on that last drive, guys.
All right, thank you very much. Molly, let's see if West Virginia can capitalize with Wilson being out of the middle. 2nd down and 8. Howard starting to warm up. Howard wants to run it. He's got legs. And goes down at the 18-yard line. Ty Summers comes up and makes the tackle.
That's good growth from Howard. In their last ball game against Baylor, he broke contain and tried to force the ball. He threw an interception when there was all sorts of room to run. Right here, he has the room to run. He tucks the ball and creates a short yardage situation.
3rd down and 3 at the 19. West Virginia 1 of 5 on 3rd down conversion. Howard uncorks up the sideline. Oh, beautiful throw. Sills with the catch and a 1st down for the Mountaineers.
Great execution of the back shoulder throw. Here's the key to having a great back shoulder throw is that the wide receiver cannot expect it. You've got to run the route as a wide receiver as if the ball is going deep. And then the quarterback throws it right at the back of his head, and he brings the wide receiver back to his back shoulder. You see how the effort was there to go deep, and then the ball brought him back? That's perfectly executed.
A 28-yard gain on 3rd and 3. 1st and 10 at the 47. Howard again flushed up in the pocket. Picks up the 1st down and slides down at the 40. Love the execution of the Mountaineers right now.
Yeah, and it's starting with the decision-making for Skyler Howard. A couple of runs now on this series, creating a short yardage 3rd down. Then he has a terrific choice to throw the back shoulder ball to Sills, and then creates another 1st down with his legs. He's playing very well right now.
He's rushed 6 times for 22 yards. 1st down and 10. Approaching the 6-minute mark. Howard double clutches it. Howard in trouble, and he'll just dump it out of bounds.
He got popped. What I felt like was a little late. They probably assumed outside of the pocket. Maybe it wasn't quite as late. Looked worse than it was. But a good decision again. You know, sometimes for a quarterback, burning the football, throwing it out of bounds is a good decision. Live to play another down.
2nd down and 10 at the 41. Howard to throw it again. And he'll flick it to the near side. William Kress. And Kress crawls forward and gets down at the 35. William Kress Jr., also a backup quarterback from Baltimore.
He's so explosive that they created a package for him at running back. They're working him into the game. But now Howard again in one of these short yardage conversion opportunities.
3rd down and 3.
Looks like TCU is going to bring a pressure. West Virginia wants to check out of it. I wouldn't be surprised if TCU now just played coverage and didn't blitz.
Here's Howard to throw it. Howard looking long. And incomplete. Sills the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Boy, he had a first down right in front of him. William Crest was sitting over at the 30-yard line. He chose to throw it deep after the entire series of making great decisions. Crest was wide open. All he had to do was essentially check the ball down, and he moves the chains once more. It just goes to show you, decision-making's got to take part the entire series in order to score.
So Josh Lambert comes in to attempt a 51-yarder, his career-long 55 versus Texas Tech in 2014. And I'm surprised that Dana Holgorsen isn't going for it here on 4th down.
Well, he might be saved here because the tight end didn't get on the field quick enough. That was Darren Art, number 89, was trying to run on the field. They were only lined up with 10 players. This might give Dana another time to think about it, but I don't think he is going to think about it. I'm with you at the 34-yard line with Trevon Boykin sitting on the opposing bench down 10 points.
I know he wants the points, though.
You make it a one-score game, and I understand that, but
a 51-yarder.
He's got a great kicker. There's no question about that. Josh Lambert, Luke Rose, a finalist.
2 years ago on this field, he kicked the game-winning 34-yard field goal to win it. 30-27 from 51 yards away. That's why you kick the field goal, because you know you can get the points with Josh Lambert. Wow, a 51-yarder. And West Virginia clawing back in this game. They'll take the 3. Josh Lambert, the redshirt junior from Garland, Texas, with a 51-yard field goal, and that fires up the Mountaineer. I tell you, during the basketball season, when you go to West Virginia and the Mountaineers start shooting that gun, you get nervous.
I bet.
No matter where you're sitting.
I bet.
So here's Turpin from the 1-yard line. Turpin will fall down, getting close to the 30. Shelton Gibson playing special teams with the tackle. So Trevon Boykin ready to come back onto the field, and West Virginia has contained him on the last few series.
Their defense has played so well. The front 7 has played so well. It starts with Noble Wachuku, number 97, as a defensive end. He's been all over the field so far. Christian Brown, number 95, Kyle Rose, 93. They've done a nice job of containing the run and then getting to Boykin at times, in particular on 3rd down.
1st down and 10 for TCU at their own 29. Boykin, deep drop. Under pressure. Reverses, still in trouble. Breaks one tackle, fires. Wow, Listenby with the catch. Kobe Listenby at midfield, a 22-yard gain.
First of all, I was surprised because they're under center. Boykin taking a snap, trying to have a big, heavy play-action pass. And then as he's running around and his Houdini act, the defensive backs lost track of Kobe Listenby. Finds him open. That's just all Boykin right there. What athleticism from him.
1st down and 10 at the 49. And a timeout called by the Mountaineers with 4:28 to play.
Second time out of the half. 30 timeout.
Mountaineers with 1 timeout remaining. TCU with 2.
Holgorsen wants to talk with the referee. Cooper Castleberry.
What do you think that conversation is about?
You know, I don't know, because Listenby wasn't close to the sideline, so I don't know. I think he's talking about a formation, pointing to guys being off the line or on the line.
And you know, Holgorsen and Sonny Cumbie go back. Holgorsen was Texas Tech's inside receivers coach when TCU co-offensive coordinator Sonny Cumbie was at Texas Tech.
Well, and he also coached with Doug Meacham. You know, Meacham, the co-coordinator here at TCU, was an assistant coach under Holgorsen when Holgorsen was the offensive coordinator at Oklahoma State. So both of these guys have familiarity.
First down and 10 at the 49. And they're handed off to Green. And Green crosses the line of scrimmage. And there's your man again, Wachuku with the tackle. He's playing lights out this evening. Noble Wachuku from Wiley, Texas. There's Meacham.
He's the primary play caller, both of them in their second year. Doug Meacham and Sonny Cumbie have completely transformed this TCU program with this air raid offense.
Second down and 9 at the 48. And once again, this one dropped, though, by White. That ball comes out of Trevon Boykin's hands so quickly off his back foot. He's got multiple ways to throw the ball. So comfortable.
And calm. You know, never too high, never too low. Even when they've struggled in the last couple of series, he's been the same.
3rd and 9 at the 48. Another great chance for the Mountaineers defense. Boykin with time. Now under pressure. He scrambles. Looking for the first down. Can he get there? No, he will not. He's about 2 yards short of the first down. Xavier Preston chasing him out of play, so TCU with the decision to make now.
First guy chasing there was Edward Muldrow, who was in the backfield. Number 20.
Their first warning.
Sideline warning on West Virginia. Muldrow was in the backfield, and then Boykin escaped, and he was clearly short as Preston, the sophomore from Stuart, Florida, knocked him out.
So TCU going for it on 4th and 3. West Virginia showing blitz.
Watch out for slants. He just signaled to Dotson.
Dotson, the receiver at the bottom of your screen. He looks that way. Underneath and caught. First down, TCU. Nixon with the catch.
That ball was out so quickly and just perfectly thrown. Accurate ball to Nixon for the first down.
Gain of 5. First down at the 37. Boykin. Wide open. Incomplete. Desmond White broke open, and Boykin just couldn't find him.
Boy, that's when you wish he had a little more height. He's only 5'7", 150 pounds. Played quarterback for DeSoto High School in Texas. Doug Meacham knew he had it just a hair too far in front for Desmond White.
Second down and 10 at the 37. Boykin, sidearm, Dotson. And Dotson wrestled down, well defended by West Virginia. And that's Jeremy Tyler. He loses his helmet, so he'll have to come off for a play.
Anytime they run that formation, because they've got those 3 wide receivers all bunched into the short side of the field, the TCU side inside of the numbers, they like to throw that little screen. West Virginia was ready for it. Now another 3rd down opportunity.
3rd down and 9. Dotson again remains at the bottom of your screen. Here's Boykin. And incomplete. Flag on the play, though. Wow. Christian Brown was in the backfield.
A personal foul, hands to the face, number 35 of the defense. It's a 15-yard penalty, and it's first down.
That's Nick Kwiatkowski. Here's another 3rd down penalty.
Yeah, here's Kwiatkowski right here on the offense's left. Watch his left hand. It gets right up into the face of 68. That's Joseph Noteboom. Flag comes out right in front of that 8th official.
4th big penalty on 3rd down, rather.
Here's that formation. 3 receivers, short side.
And they'll hand it off. Hicks going laterally, and he's whipped down. Great job, K.J. Dillon. And Dillon may have hurt his shoulder.
Dillon, just such a veteran. Remember, this defense already lost Carl Joseph, one of the best defenders in the country. A.J. Dillon, they can ill afford to lose him.
Second down and 11. And they're going to pass it. Nixon throwing in the end zone. Incomplete, and another flag on the play. Dotson, the intended receiver, draped all over him. Terrell Chestnut. And that will be the fourth pass interference penalty of the first half.
Pass interference by number 16 of the defense. It's a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down.
That's Terrell Chestnut trying to play with a banged-up shoulder and going against Josh Dotson. Clearly the contact there. Good call. Holgorsen's still upset on the sideline, though. He feels like these officials, I get the sense, that are not giving him the time when TCU is substituting in order to substitute himself.
First down and goal. Ball at the 8-yard line. And Boykin will call a timeout. Horned Frogs have one remaining.
Dana Holgorsen is giving an earful to the officials here. And this whole thing, this has started, remember, with a timeout previously in this same series. He's upset because when TCU is substituting, he doesn't feel as though the officials are giving him the proper time to match the substitution. Remember, the rules are this, that if the offense substitutes, then the officials hold the play and allow the defense to match up. He doesn't feel like they're giving them sufficient time right now to do that. The last play on that pass interference, TCU substituted, ran a guy off, and they were able to snap the ball too quickly. And he's saying he didn't have time to match up. That's what he's so upset right now.
And let's go to our rules analyst, Mike Pereira. Quickly, Mike, your thoughts on Dana Holgorsen's argument.
Well, certainly you guys see that, Chuck. I can't see that from here, but you have to give the defense to match up. He might be a bit frustrated about the number of pass interference calls that have been called against him, too. But, you know, those, with the exception of the one, they've all been good calls.
First down and goal at the 8-yard line. And this is Hicks. And Hicks dragged down at the 5. 4 pass interference penalties against West Virginia. Holgorsen still upset. Boykin with 1:39 and counting wants to punch this one into the end zone to head into halftime.
And you see now the mechanics really coming in. They just substituted. The 8th official ran in there to hold the offense, so now they're being very deliberate because Dana is so upset.
Second down and goal at the 5. Boykin looking. Boykin over the middle. Incomplete. Closest man to the ball for TCU, Sean Nixon. So that brings up third down and goal.
Gus, this is a huge play right here. TCU gets the ball to start the second half. So they've got a chance to have a 14-point swing here for Gary Patterson's squad. A hold here would be enormous, and it would be the second straight red zone hold for West Virginia.
Third down goal at the 5.
West Virginia calls their final timeout of the half. 30-second timeout.
So West Virginia using their final timeout. But I'm impressed with the way that the Mountaineers have competed in this first half. They figured out a way to slow down this TCU offense.
You know, it's like playing any spread offense, whether that spread offense is about throwing the ball or running the football. This game is still about toughness at the line of scrimmage, and their defensive line, I felt in the last few series, Gus, they've just been winning. They've been putting pressure on Trevon Boykin. They've been stopping the run of TCU. So these 3 guys up front, Christian Brown, Kyle Rose, and Noble Wachuku, they've been excellent, including Nick Kwiatkowski, number 35, the middle linebacker. The last few series, they have just been playing excellent football. Now they've got a chance to force another field goal opportunity for the Horned Frogs.
Third down goal at the 5. Dotson at the bottom of your screen. He's their go-to man.
A delay of game by number 2 of the offense. It's a 5-yard penalty, and it's still third down.
And Joel, that's not necessarily a bad penalty.
Well,
gives them a little bit more room
Potential. I can see your argument there, but you never want to give up too many yards. I mean, yards are precious in games like this, and particularly when defenses are playing so well. Much harder conversion, but they do have space now and the opportunity to potentially throw a post to a guy like Dotson, who's near side, bottom wide receiver on your screen.
Third down, goal at the 10. Dotson runs a post. They look for him, but West Virginia there as Dotson goes out of bounds at the 5, so that brings up 4th down. And here comes the field goal unit. K.J. Dillon, Terrell Chestnut closing in on Josh Dotson.
And Chestnut, who's struggling with a shoulder injury. We saw him leave in the first quarter against Baylor, and he's down again. He's wearing that big brace on his left shoulder. He was trying to gut it out tonight because they're so thin at the corner position, and he really has played well thus far against Dotson. Only a few big plays, which is all you can really expect against a player like Dotson. But here he is closing. I think he landed as he went to the ground with his arm extended because the contact happened on his right side. Just feel for a kid like that, battling it out, gutting it out, trying to be on the field for his teammates. His shoulder is letting him down.
Pottstown, PA. And what a job. I mean, these kids from West Virginia in the secondary, you got Corey Coleman one week and then Josh Dotson the next week.
Yeah, Tony Gibson's done a great job, I mean, tonight as a defensive coordinator, because it's a totally different plan of what you have to play with to face Baylor rather than TCU. You got to play a lot more zone coverage, pin Boykin in rather than versus Baylor. Really, you want to play man and try to blitz them.
As you mentioned, all without Carl Joseph before the Oklahoma State game in week 5. They lost the All-American senior safety to a non-contact knee injury in practice.
Just a program killer, because he not only was their best player, he was their emotional leader. He was their man, their alpha, Carl Joseph. And playing without him, in particular on the road, so difficult for this Mountaineer squad.
So Chestnut walked to the sideline now. Jaden Oberchrome comes in to attempt a 23-yarder. He's good from 20 yards tonight already. And the field goal is good, but West Virginia will take it. 1:05 remaining, 10-point game. Mountaineers will get the football back with no timeouts.
After those first few series, it looked like TCU was going to run away and hide, and this defense has kept their team in it. Just an excellent job by Tony Gibson, his staff, and these players on the defensive side for West Virginia to hang in there, hold TCU to this 20 mark, and give their offense a chance here with 1:05 left to potentially go down and get some points. Although with no timeouts, you have to wonder how aggressive Dana is going to be with Skylar Howard here in a 10-point game.
So Howard prepares to come back onto the field. As you take a look at his numbers in the first half, 8 of 16, 110 yards and a touchdown. He started 3 for 8. Jennings and Durant back deep as Oberchrome will kick it away. And West Virginia will bring it out of the end zone. This is Durant. And a flag on the play. Julius Lewis with the tackle on special teams.
Holding by number 14 of the return team. It's a 10-yard penalty, and it's first down.
Well, that changes the strategy all up, because now in the shadow of your own end zone, you know, TCU, if they had 3 timeouts, you might have to actually go out there and run some plays. But here, 1:01, no timeouts left. The last thing you want to do is give TCU a chance offensively at all. Won't be surprised at all if this is Wendell Smallwood a few times to try to run this clock out and go to halftime.
First down at the 9. 85 yards and penalties for West Virginia in the first half. Howard, that one deflected at the line of scrimmage. Josh Caraway getting up high. The junior from Flower Mound, Texas.
And remember, TCU's got a dangerous return man and true freshman Cavante Turpin. So you don't want to have to punt the ball here.
And TCU with one timeout left. They can stop the clock. Here's the delayed handoff to Smallwood. Lathan with the tackle. 49 seconds and counting. Gary Patterson always so active, Joel, on the sideline.
He'll wait to see if he gets a stop to use that timeout and force them to punt.
Howard to throw it underneath, and it's caught by Jordan Thompson, but he's short of the first down. And now Gary Patterson uses that final timeout with 21 seconds to go.
Yeah, it's great game management from Gary Patterson. You know, too many times you would have seen a head coach call the timeout after the second down run just because he thinks he needs to stop the clock and save some time. But the strategy was perfect for Patterson, knowing that he was going to get the time before the punt. So now not only is he going to get a punt return opportunity with Cavante Turpin, but potentially even a play or two with his Heisman Trophy caliber quarterback Trevon Boykin on the field.
Curious decision in terms of the play calling by West Virginia on that first down throw by Howard.
Exactly. The last thing they wanted to do is stop the clock for TCU.
And give this young man, Cavante Turpin, very dangerous, a chance to get his hands on the football. O'Toole punting from the 1. He drives this one. Turpin with the fair catch at the 38. A 47-yard punt with 16 seconds left. And that's an eternity for this TCU offense. But they are out of timeouts.
Well, what you want to do here is call 2 plays in the huddle. All plays have to go for either a first down or out of bounds. So it's either outside the numbers or past 10 yards. And then you want the second play so that you don't have to spike the ball right away, but you can run up to the line of scrimmage and run a second play.
Josh Dotson, the receiver at the bottom. Listenby, the track star, the receiver at the top of your screen, number 7.
And West Virginia's got 12 guys on the field.
And a flag, so TCU will get a chance to get even closer.
An illegal substitution on the defense. There were 12 in formation. It's a 5-yard penalty, and it's still first down.
Edward Muldrow trying to rush off the field. Dana Holgerson can only shake his head.
Now, remember, they've got Jaden Oberchrome, excellent field goal kicker. They need about, 20, 25 yards to be in range.
Boykin, quick strike, Turpin, and he gets out of bounds at the 45. 12 seconds to go.
Probably need to get this ball, Gus, to about the 35-yard line minimum. So you're looking at 21 yards right now to give Jaden Oberchrome a chance.
Dixon in motion. Lines up in the slot. Boykin hit as he throws. Completes it near side. Boykin with an awkward fall. Josh Dotson, the receiver.
Well, with 5 seconds, this is why he went down awkwardly. Boy, that's just dangerous. Isaiah Bruce in there on the defensive line, and they will give Oberchrome a chance here. Long of 56 in his career.
Against Kansas State in 2013.
Please reset the game clock to 5 seconds. 5 seconds. The runner was out of bounds.
That's what I thought. The reason I was shocked that the game clock was moving is Dotson was out of bounds, which should have stopped the clock, not for the first down, but for out of bounds, and given them an opportunity to go out and kick this field goal.
So 5 seconds put on the clock for Jaden Oberchrome, the senior from Arlington, Texas. This would be his career long. 57 yards. hit that one from 60. Jay Noverchrome with a career-long 57-yarder to end the first half. Let's go downstairs to Molly.
Coach, we saw you talking with some of the officials. What was said there?
I don't feel like getting fined. So, you know, we just got to play smarter on third down. You know, there was probably 5 calls on third down that kept their drives alive. Obviously, that can't happen.
You were down 17-0. What has your defense done to slow down Trevon Boykin and TCU's offense?
Yeah, just tackled. You know, we just tackled them. And then offense finally started moving the ball in the second quarter, which allowed defense to get to the sidelines to make some adjustments.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, halftime here in Fort Worth. TCU on top of West Virginia, 23-10. Right now, let's send you to Rob Stone in Los Angeles.
All right, Gus, Joel, thank you. We welcome you to the State Farm FS1.com.
23-10. TCU leading West Virginia as we head to the second half. Welcome back, everybody. Gus Johnson, Joel Klatt. Tactics. Tactics. That's what they used to say when I called soccer.
That's right.
That turned out to be a disaster, but tactics. Very important in the first half.
We got you back. We're back with the American football. The tactics were interesting because early in the game, you know, it was really TCU's explosiveness. You know, they jump out to that early lead led by Trevon Boykin. As we take a look back at the first half, they jump out 17-0. And it looks like they were going to run away with it after the second touchdown. The leap, the flip by Trevon Boykin. But then the West Virginia defense, they adjusted with those tactics. They were able to stop that red zone series. Then they got a huge sack, forcing a long conversion opportunity, getting the ball back for their offense. And then finally their offense started rolling a little bit. Howard with a long touchdown pass to Shelton Gibson as we take a look at our forward first half stats. TCU only 69 rushing yards, but Boykin has been great through the air. 210 through the air. 1 of 6 on third down, though. These Mountaineers have been excellent getting off the field so far.
So what have they done, Joel, as TCU gets ready to get the football to slow down this TCU offense? Dana Holgorsen telling Molly that they're just tackling.
They're tackling well, but they're in position to make plays. You know, all of it starts with alignment. They're aligning. They know their assignment, and then they're not getting out of position, in particular in their rush lanes with the defensive line.
So TCU ready to get the football, and this one kicked out of bounds. A mistake made by Josh Lambert.
A free kick out of bounds. The ball will be placed at the 35-yard line. First down.
Let's go downstairs to Molly McGrath.
Well, Gus, TCU's head coach Gary Patterson told me that West Virginia's defense is one of the most physical defenses they've seen all season. They're blocking the run extremely well. He wants to focus on opening up the run game in this second half, and that's going to be hard with left tackle Halapulivati Vaitai out with a knee injury. He'll get an MRI tomorrow, and Patterson said on defense, they can't let the ball get thrown over their head. That's going to be tough with Montrell Wilson also out for the rest of the game.
TCU starts first down and 10 at the 35-yard line. And Boykin to throw off first down. Slings it near side. Lissiby with the catch on the first down. He'll get about 13 yards on the play as Kyrum knocks him out of bounds.
That thin cornerback position, Nana Kyrum, the junior from Ohio, having to be in there. Remember, Terrell Chestnut left the game in the first half. We'll see how quickly TCU attacks Kyrum with their great wide receivers.
They call it a 12-yard gain. First down and 10. And here's a handoff to Green running over the right side. And Green picks up 2. Flag thrown, though. Kwiatkowski brings him down.
I think they're going to get a
holding by number 65 of the offense. It's a 10-yard penalty, and it's still first down.
That's Brady Foltz, the right guard, senior.
Here he is as he's working out and trying to get onto the outside shoulder of the defensive end, who again is Noble Wachuku, who has just been outstanding. You know, effort sometimes from a defensive lineman can draw a holding call because you fight through the block, you continue to fight, and that's when they finally see the tug of the jersey.
First down and 20. Boykin drops it off underneath, short to Kyle Hicks, and Hicks breaks the tackle, gets out of bounds at the 44.
like the 3 marks of a great defense. Lining up correctly, pursuing the football with great effort, and then showing up with a bad attitude. Right now, ever since those first 2 series, this West Virginia defense has done all 3 of those very well.
2nd and 13. Boykin under pressure, steps up in the pocket with running room. Picks up the first down, bounces it outside. Boykin still running and finally dips out of bounds. But what a terrific run of 30 yards for Trevon Boykin.
Boy, his vision is like running back quality vision. Eyes downfield. Now he turns into a runner, and here's the cutback right there. Finds the open space, gets out of bounds.
First down and 10 of the 27. Boykin again all day to throw the ball. Lost one in the air. And incomplete. Covered nicely by Darryl Worley. Intended for Josh Dotson.
Darryl Worley, number 7, the junior from Philadelphia. He's 14th nationally, 1st in the Big 12, with 1.5 passes defended per game. There's another one right there. Excellent ball skills from Mr. Worley.
2nd down and 10 at the 27. And the handoff to Green. Cuts it up the middle. Green bounces it outside. Green sticks a foot in the ground and gets out of play. At the 6-yard line, a 21-yard run. Jeremy Tyler finally grabbed him and knocked him out of bounds.
The key is that you've got to press this all the way front side so the linebackers flow over the top. That's all a bunch of football term for you got to run one direction real hard.
The TCU will stay on the ground. Eric Kinsey's helmet comes off, so he heads to the sideline for a play.
And you hear that in the zone game. The running back has to press the line of scrimmage. That means he's got to sell the front side of the run. So he gets the ball, and he's got to force the energy towards that left side. That's what makes the linebacker flow over the top to try to cover the right side of his defense. At that point, the cutback is available, but only if Green sells the left side of the run from the offense's perspective.
And right now, Askew Henry down. Looks like he may be cramping up a bit. Aliquippa, Pennsylvania.
This defense has already seen 53 plays now tonight. West Virginia's offense has only run 35, so the disparity of almost 20 plays. This defense, the energy that they're having to play with, they're undermanned. Chestnut out, Carl Joseph out. See how much energy they have in the course of this second half.
So 2nd down and goal at the 7-yard line. Hicks in the backfield with Trevon Boykin. He'll find Hicks in space. Touchdown TCU. So the Horned Frogs start the second half, marching it right down the field and scoring to take a 29-10 lead.
The big play of that drive, the Boykin run, and then here, just not enough pursuit from the West Virginia defense.
Overcrome, who kicked a 57-yarder at the end of the first half, a career high, adds the extra point. 12:43 to play, 3rd quarter. Horned Frogs score, and they are pumped up about it. Thirteen straight points for TCU after West Virginia closed to within 17-10. And the Horned Frogs showing their dominance now. Kyle Hicks with the touchdown reception. 7 plays, 65 yards. Didn't take him long. And the big play on that drive, the 29-yard run by Trevon Boykin. Overcrow kicks it away. And he's done a nice job tonight of kicking this one out of the end zone. Well, the World Series continuing on Fox. Royals up 2-0 as it heads back to Queens. Can the Mets get back in this series, or will the Royals move one win away from their first title in 30 years? It all starts tomorrow with a pregame show on Fox Sports 1 at 7 Eastern. Then turn to your local Fox affiliate at 7:30 p.m. Eastern for Game 3 of the World Series.
I think that 96 Yankees team was the Jim Leyritz home run.
Here's Smallwood, picks up a first down, gets out of bounds close to the 40. Torrance Mosley with the tackle. Now, Torrance Mosley and Corey O'Mealy, they flip-flop jerseys, Joe.
They did.
What's that about?
Torrance Mosley went from number 3 to number 2. O'Mealy went from number 2 to number 3. Gary Patterson believes that the referees, they understand reputations, and O'Mealy had a few pass interference calls on him during the first half of the season, and so he decided to change his number.
Smallwood running again. I think he just did that to confuse us announcers up here.
Could have been. Absolutely could have been. This run game that they're leaning on right now, this is the reason that everything started opening up for Skyler Howard in the passing game. They're leaning on this, trying to get back in the game now, down 20.
Smallwood, 10 carries, 57 yards. Second down and 4. Howard to throw it. Looking long. He's got his receiver, Durant. Drops it in, and Durant drops the football.
Just an excellent play design. The play fake draws the safety up near the line of scrimmage. Durant, a speedster, gets behind the defense, and he's unable to bring it in. Just plays that you have to make to beat a top 5 team on the road.
3 drop passes for West Virginia tonight. All 3 potentially big plays. Third down and 4. Howard goes deep again. And incomplete. Shelton Gibson, the intended receiver. And that brings up 4th down. The Mountaineers will have to punt it away.
And the senior Derek Kendrick, number 26, he said, boy, I'm not going to let this happen twice in a row. You're not going to get behind our defense. Kendrick was the one that really changed that Kansas State game in the first series of the third quarter. You remember they were down 18 at half. They came out. Kansas State got the first second half kick. He took a pick 6 right back to the house, changed the game.
Nick O'Toole punting for the 5th time. Turpin back deep. He gets away from the football. And it bounces out of bounds at the 20. 30-10 TCU. And here comes that man, Trevon Boykin, and the TCU offense after this. And the band getting it going in the stands here at Amon G. Carter Stadium. TCU ranked 5th in the nation. With a 30-10 lead over West Virginia, they'll start from their own 18. Boykin swings it out to Turpin. And Turpin goes down after about a 1 yard, maybe a yard-and-a-half gain. Kwiatkowski with the tackle.
Yeah, there's that tackling that Dana Holgerson was talking about coming out of halftime. This defense has done a great job putting themselves in position to get off the field. I know they've given up 30 points, but they have been on the field for 55 snaps already in this game.
Second down and 9. Boykin sprints out of the pocket, throws on the move, and completes his pass over the middle. This time it's Jarrison Stewart. And he picks up 20 yards.
Another one of these talented young players, a true freshman from Mesquite, Texas, 6 foot 190.
Boykin again. Reverses. Dancing. Moving. Juking. What a play. Throws it up in the air, and it's complete on the sideline. Wow, Aaron Green. He looks like Fran Tarkington. Remember Fran Tarkington?
I was just going to say that's exactly. There's a little Kenny Stabler in there as well. I mean, this guy has got great awareness in the pocket with his eyes down the field. You know, quarterbacks have to do all of this with their eyes somewhere else. Talking with Doug Meacham, one of the things that Trevon Boykin does so well is that he actually makes post-snap reads. You know, that's very rare for a quarterback these days. Meacham telling me most guys get a pre-snap read and then they play from there. But this guy sees movement after the snap, and that was a great example.
The ruling on the field was a catch. The previous play is under further review.
Is that left foot for Aaron Green. Obviously, everyone on the West Virginia bench.
And for Trevon Boykin, the only other time Boykin faced West Virginia here in Fort Worth was 2 years ago. He was a receiver. And guess what kind of day he had, Joel?
I'm going to guess it was good. I believe double-digit catches for over 100 yards.
Well, you knew that. 11 catches for 100 yards. Can't get anything past you, but you tried to sell it there. Thank you.
Here's the note. I did try to sell it for you. Here's the note that I really love about that is that earlier this year, Josh Dotson had an amazing game at Texas Tech. 18 grabs. 18 in that barn burner of a game in Lubbock. The last person that had caught double-digit passes in a game for TCU was his quarterback, Trevon Boykin, in that West Virginia game. You know, his path to where he is at right now has been so amazing. And just in 2 short years to pick up this offense and do what he's done for this program, nothing short of amazing. I mean, like I said, and I'll stand by it, I don't think there's a quarterback in America playing better than Trevon Boykin right now.
He's thrown for 270 yards, and he could go over the 10,000 career passing yards mark with a good performance tonight. He came in needing 308 yards.
He's close.
And barring injury, he'll pass Andy Dalton's career passing mark of 10,314.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands. Completed pass.
We're looking at that left foot. Tough to get a great angle. The best angle we had, there just wasn't enough evidence. Dana Holgorsen trying to sell it. I love Holgorsen here. He just puts his arm out like, really?
First down and 10 of the 48. Boykin to throw it again. This time drops it off to Dotson on the far side. And Josh Dotson picks up 7. Talk about Josh Dotson in that monster game he had against Texas Tech. You're right, 18 catches for 267 yards and 3 touchdowns.
And they needed every bit of that that game and then some, including that Aaron Green grab in the back of the end zone on 4th down.
2nd and 3 at the 41. Boykin runs it. Picks up the first, flag on the play.
Holding by number 55 of the offense. It's a 10-yard penalty, and it's still 2nd down.
That's the center, Joey Hunt.
Here's the center, Joey Hunt, 55. He's working against Kyle Rose, number 93. It's been a good battle all night. You know, this is so tough for an offensive line because he doesn't expect his quarterback to run, and he just got caught with that left hand. He had a hold of Kyle Rose's jersey, and when Boykin left the pocket, it was then obvious for the official for the holding call. Boy, normally at this point in the game, you've given up 30 points. You wouldn't have thought that the defense was playing well. This defense is playing really well tonight.
2nd down and 13. And looks like they're going to blow this play dead before it even starts.
Prior to the snap, TCU called a timeout. Media timeout.
All right, 9:44 to play 3rd quarter. TCU with a 30-10 lead. And welcome back to Fort Worth, Texas. 3rd quarter. 9:44 to go. The 5th-ranked team in the nation, TCU, showing why they're ranked so highly because of this young man and his teammates, Trevon Boykin, faced with a 2nd down and 13. Boykin pumping. Boykin throwing off his back foot. Listenby got it and brings it down inside the 10. Colby Listenby.
I wondered when they were going to attack Nana Kyram, number 14. Remember, he's in for the injured Terrell Chestnut, the senior corner for West Virginia. They attack him with Lisenby.
Boykin has now thrown for 10,000 yards in his career. Underneath, caught, touchdown, Dotson. A sidearm rocket by Trevon Boykin. And Dotson with yet another touchdown, 2 on the night. His 14th of the season.
Look at his arm angle. This is like turning a double play at second base. Falling backwards, getting hit in the face, drops sidearm, and still is able to complete it to his best wide receiver. That is unbelievable.
36-10. Overchrome, extra point. Good. TCU. This man, a Heisman Trophy candidate. And he's showing you why as he goes to his main man, and that's giving Dana Holgerson the blues.
Without the right.
You're looking at 2 TCU all-time greats, Trevon Boykin, Josh Dotson. And what a play on that last touchdown.
Dropping down sidearm. This guy has it all.
And you use an interesting analogy when you describe that play.
Well, he's got 2 defenders right in his face. And he knows he's going to get hit in the face. Has anyone ever stood there, known they were going to get punched directly in the face, and then said, okay, I'm going to look somewhere else and still complete a pass? I mean, that takes courage, folks. That's what quarterbacks do. Great quarterbacks play with extreme courage in the pocket, and Boykin displayed that on the last touchdown pass.
Doug Beacham is offensive coordinator. All smiles on the sideline. First down and 10 for West Virginia. Down 37-10. Howard throws it, and this is Wellman. Big collision on the sideline. Elijah Wellman, sophomore from Huntington, West Virginia. And Derek Kindred in on the play again.
Just hit on the sideline. This TCU defense is getting better and better each and every week.
2nd and 5. And they'll run it with Shell. Russell, Shell, stopped by Isahaku.
That's their one Achilles heel, is their running defense, their rushing defense. One of Gary Patterson's worst in his tenure here at TCU. They're 78th in the country right now, giving up 173 yards per game on the ground. That's something Gary Patterson knows he's going to have to get remedied.
First down at the 38. Howard runs it and breaks through, picks up a first down. Nicely done by Skylar Howard. Denzel Johnson with the tackle. Howard played his high school ball 12 miles from this stadium, and he said as far as going home and all that, it's just another game. It's a business trip. It's all about playing football. Howard on course. And incomplete. No flag on the play. Shelton Gibson, the intended receiver. Covered nicely by Isahaku.
You know, the difference in these 2 offenses is there's far too many 50-50 balls thrown by West Virginia. And as he did grow up right here in Fort Worth, attended Brewer High School, 12 miles from the campus, as you said, Gus. And then an interesting trip to West Virginia. Stephen F. Austin as a walk-on, but then he goes to a junior college out in California, Riverside, before finding his way out to West Virginia.
2nd down and 10 at the 49. Howard fires and incomplete. David Sills couldn't hold on.
There's 2 huge differences that we're seeing tonight. West Virginia inconsistent catching the ball and way too many 50-50 passes down the field, whereas TCU plays with more precision and they take advantage of their opportunities by catching the ball.
A lot of drops, big drops by the Mountaineers tonight. 4 to be exact. 3rd down and 10 at the 49. Howard under pressure, rolls out of the pocket, drops it off Shell. And a flag on the play. The ball comes out and out of bounds.
Holding by number 15 of the offense. It's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. And replay, second down. Third down. Correction, third down.
That's freshman wide receiver David Sills.
Here's Sills. He's the outside wide receiver, number 15. As he's going, they're going to have a lot of contact here, and then they both get dragged down. How in the world is that holding on Sills? The defensive back tackled him, and they call an offensive holding? That is ridiculous.
Third down and 13. Howard drops it off. Shell with blockers in front. Picks up the first down as he's finally thrown out of play by Ty Summers. A 17-yard gain on 3rd and 13.
That's a great design. Really solid play call from Dana Holgerson. To sense that rush starting to get too aggressive, he drops a screen pass over the top and ultimately gets a conversion. I'm glad they did, because that last holding call was absolutely atrocious.
First down at the TCU 37. Smallwood. And Denzel Johnson with the tackle. The transition into the Big 12 has been a difficult one for this West Virginia team. Where do they lack in players?
Well, right now they're essentially breaking in a new quarterback. You know, they had Clint Trickett for some of those wins last year, including beating Baylor and playing such a great game against TCU.
Over the middle, incomplete. Shelton Gibson, the intended receiver. What we saw with TCU when they made the transition into the conference, we saw with Utah when they transferred into the Pac-12. It takes some time.
It does. Now, the reason it has exploded for TCU, though, was the offense, the air raid. They had the players to run the air raid. They had Trevon Boykin. For West Virginia, they're finding their way through this. Now, this is a very proud program, West Virginia.
And when Trevon Boykin took over the reins, there was not a lot of confidence in his ability. Third down and 4 at the 31. And a timeout call by the Mountaineers. So as we mentioned, Trevon Boykin took over when Casey Paul had some trouble, and we talked about TCU and Utah as they transitioned into different conferences.
Yeah, both coming from the Mountain West, and they've done each of them such a great job. Utah in the top 5 until their loss last week at USC, and just the last 2 years, you know, that 19-1 record, that's really about two things: this offensive system change and the quarterback Trevon Boykin, while the 15-5 for Utah is really about Kyle Whittingham's nature, the defensive-oriented guy that he is, that front seven that Utah plays with.
And he's improved the skill position.
He's very much so, but still led by that toughness up front for Utah.
Third down and 4 at the 31. Smallwood. And he will not get the first down.
But likely 4-down territory here, so getting 2 or 3, not a bad thing, making this a 4th and very short.
Fourth down and 2. West Virginia going for it. Howard, incomplete. William Crest Jr., the intended receiver, and a flag on the play.
Corey O'Mealy, number 3, was in coverage on William Crest Jr.
Remember, Corey O'Mealy got called for some pass interference penalties.
I think they're going to get maybe a hold off the line of scrimmage. So I didn't see anything when the ball actually arrived, but, you know, when that
pass interference
coverage
by number 26 of the defense. It's a spot foul and an automatic first down.
That's Kindred.
26. Kindred was over the slot receiver. There's 3 to that side. Kindred was the inside player. Okay, so here's Kindred right here. Excuse me. Alex, I'm officially confused, man.
I think it was Corey O'Mealy.
It had to be a call on O'Mealy, but it was more at the line of scrimmage rather than when the ball arrived.
First down and 10, West Virginia. And Smallwood pounding it forward once again. Ty Summers standing him up and bringing him down. Talk about tackling. TCU's done a nice job of getting guys down.
Yeah, this defense is improving. You talk about the last 3 quarters against Iowa State, shutting them out. They've done a nice job here in this ball game, holding West Virginia to 10 points. Steadily, the growth coming from a young defense.
Second down and 9. Smallwood again. And Wendell Smallwood will gain about 4 on the play.
Here's that question, though, on third down, who is going to make a play for West Virginia? So far, too many drops. Someone's got to step up and grab this ball.
Howard dancing in the pocket, throws. Gibson can't hold on. Tried to keep both feet in bounds. That ball just squirted out of his hands. And that brings up 4th down and 5, and it looks like the Mountaineers will go for it again. Howard throws. Smallwood with the catch, trying to get there, but he will not on 4th down because Kendrick hopped on his ankle and pulls him down, and the Mountaineers turn it over on downs.
You hear secondary coaches all the time. They say, in the open field, tackle the legs. That's exactly what Kendrick did, and then so smart as he just holds on for dear life, knowing that he didn't have the ball carrier down to the ground, but he knew that he had help arriving later. He goes down low to tackle the legs, then he holds on. If he goes for the strip right there, he's liable to miss the tackle. It'll either end up in the end zone or definitely a first down. Kindred with a great play there on 4th.
So after a 12-play drive covering 4 minutes, West Virginia comes up empty, and TCU has it at their own 17. Aaron Green. And across the 20, get up to the 22 before being wrestled down, about 5-yard gain. And when you look at this TCU team and what they've done on offense with Doug Beacham and Sonny Cumbie, as programs start to look for coaches around the country, these 2 men have to be mentioned.
Yeah, there's no doubt they will be. They'll be hot commodities. TCU will have to fight to keep them here as coordinators.
Boykin. And Boykin stays on his feet. Boykin on the run and knocked away and out of bounds. Listenby, the intended receiver.
Still can't believe he got out of that without going to the ground.
You called him Houdini earlier.
Well, he's showing signs of that on almost every series here. Tries to get away from the defensive lineman and just never went down. Maybe his forearm was down, but if it was just his wrist, remember, his wrist wouldn't put him down.
So 3rd down and 5. TCU 1 of 6 on 3rd down conversions tonight. Hicks lines up in the backfield. Boykin under pressure. Rolls out. Boykin buying time. Oh! Boykin picks up the 1st down. Wow.
Stop it.
Sweet feet.
Did you see Holgerson? Holgerson gave him a 5 at the end of the play. This is stupid. What do you even say? He gave him the R1 juke, and then he gave him, what is this? BX. That's in there. My goodness.
An 8-yard gain and a 1st down. Green. I didn't know you played Madden. You're a Madden player?
No, I have no idea. Everyone's impressed. Look at this. Holgerson even, he's smiling.
He just shakes his head. Hey, I got to get me one of them, as Bear Bryant once said.
He said, I've never seen anything like that. Remember, it was after the Baylor game that Holgorsen in a press conference said, Corey Coleman's the best football player in America. He said, you can put me on record. I'll be interested to hear what he has to say tonight after facing Trevon Boykin.
2nd down and 7 at the 33. Boykin looking, backs up. Boykin still running, turns it up. 1st down, Trevon Boykin. And what he's doing tonight, folks, is just, you're watching greatness. You're watching this kid in his college football prime. Man.
You know who he reminds me of right now?
Michael Vick.
A little bit of Michael Vick, but a guy that I had to play against. Gus, that's Vince Young. Just dancing in the pocket and then accelerating with explosiveness for a 1st down.
VY didn't throw it this well.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Maybe at the very end in the stretch to the national championship.
Boykin to the far side. Dotson, 1st down.
They've got something special here in number 2. They know it. Talking with Sonny Cumbie, Doug Meacham, Gary Patterson. Although Gary Patterson, he's so immersed on the defensive side, you know, he doesn't really even know what's going on at the offensive end of the practice. In fact, he calls it a country club. And it's like, hey, if you got number 2 as the quarterback, let's all kick our feet up.
1st down and 10 at the 41. Dotson with another big game. 10 catches, 157 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And this one dropped by Sean Nixon. And as good as Trevon Boykin was last year, he's better this season.
Yeah, and you know what's amazing for me is you know, when you're a guy that's 4th in the Heisman voting, you've got to do something spectacular to be mentioned again and up at the top end of that Heisman conversation the next year. In particular, to be one of the favorites, because remember, he was the favorite coming into this season. I know Fournette's having a great year, but this is how good he's been. There's no detractors. Who's detracting from this? I mean, this guy's amazing right now.
2nd down and 10. Trevon Boykin pumping. Offensive line giving him all day to throw the football. And I think these are the guys that need to be talked about a lot more. This offensive line for TCU, they have had a brilliant season.
Well, and they're dealing with injuries even as we speak. You know, they've had to move Jameel Naff out to left tackle, number 77. The offensive line coach, Jarrett Anderson, has done a marvelous job with an experienced group. Naff, Hunt, Foltz, Vaitai, who was out earlier in the game, but all these guys played lots of football, including that great 12-1 season a year ago.
TCU, their offensive line, allowing only 6 sacks in 8 games. Boykin. And incomplete. That one thrown a tad bit high for Kyle Hicks. And that brings up 4th down.
You know, as good as he is, the pressure is still going to be, Gus, that this defense, while they're getting better, and they played well tonight, holding West Virginia to only 10 points so far, Boykin has to be great for TCU to reach the expectations that everyone has for him.
KJ Dillon back deep. That one goes over his head and is downed at the 5-yard line. Our college football weekend is just getting started this Saturday. We've got a full day of action with some of the country's biggest programs, including the USC Trojans, Texas, and 14th-ranked Oklahoma. It all begins Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern on Fox and 3:30 p.m. Eastern on FS1. We'll be in Northern California in Berkeley to do the USC-Cal game. USC huge win as they knocked off Utah, at that point the number 3 team in the nation, last week.
Cal has been struggling protecting Goff. He's been sacked 16 times over the last 4 contests. So one of the best quarterbacks as it relates to the NFL draft next spring. Jared Goff will get a chance to see him.
Skylar Howard to throw it. And he throws it down the field. And incomplete. No flag on the play. Shelton Gibson was the intended receiver.
I know this looks bad, but I just, I like the fact that there was no flag out here. Both players running for the ball. Incidental contact, tied up, they hit the ground. So while it looks bad, especially with some of the calls that we've seen or haven't seen during the course of this game, that was one that I was glad the flag stayed in the pocket.
Second down and 10. And Smallwood running. And you'd like to see Skylar Howard do a little better job of trying to cobble together a drive instead of going for the deep ball as much as he does. Or is that by design?
Well, I think, it's partly this offense, and it's partly the fact that cobbling it together just hasn't worked for them. They've dropped too many of those third down opportunities, which they have now.
Third down and 7 at the 9. Howard, flag on the play. Sideline, incomplete. Intended for Karan White. But there is a flag.
An illegal formation. There were more than 4 backs in the backfield. The penalties decline. It's 4th down.
Simple way to locate an illegal formation. If there's 5 guys behind the line of scrimmage, then it is not right. David Sills was the wide receiver on the near side. I don't think he was on the line.
Nick O'Toole punting out of his own end zone, 5 yards deep. Devontae Turpin, the deep man, and he has it at the 44. 1:17 to go in the third quarter. Trevon Boykin. Look at it. Poetry in motion.
Gus, earlier I made the point that you have to play the quarterback position like a shortstop and not like a pitcher. And this is textbook of why I'm saying that, because you're not always going to be in a perfect body position to deliver the ball as a baseball pitcher would with a repeatable delivery. You're going to have to move, throw off your back foot, throw off your front foot, throw running to the left, throw running to your right, avoid the pressure. Boykin epitomizes everything I'm talking about.
Do they teach you guys that in your training?
That's why I think the quarterback position is so hard, is because it has to be innate. In fact, too many times nowadays, I'm actually a believer that we're training kids the wrong way. And we're trying to make them like robots throwing the ball. And we don't have enough players like Trevon Boykin that are field players at the position that go out there and compete. Think about some of the great quarterbacks of all time, John Elway, Brett Favre. Those guys went out there and competed and played as athletes, not as robots in the pocket.
Second down at 8 at the 45. Boykin in the middle and incomplete. That one intended for his tight end, Buck Jones.
And I do want, you can be a robot and succeed. It's not that one is totally useless. Tom Brady, while not completely a robot, throws a repeatable delivery. He's 6'6", 6'5". He can do that. Troy Aikman could do that. Peyton Manning can do that. But look at guys like Russell Wilson. Even Rodgers moves around a little bit. I mean, there's more than one way to play the position great. So why are we teaching kids to play it only one way? I think is my point. I wish that we would let kids just go out there and be athletes more.
Third down at 8. Boykin. And it's caught by Dotson again. Josh Dotson, another big gain. This time 25 yards as K.J. Dillon tackles it. And a first down for the Horned Frogs. Boykin for Heisman. He's got a shot, folks. Trevon Boykin, the electric one. And just, you think about it. When we first met this kid, he was a wide receiver. He moved to running back. He moved in at quarterback, then back to wide receiver. And now he's a Heisman Trophy candidate at QB. TCU, 237 yards in the third quarter. And they're not finished. On top of West Virginia, 37-10. And welcome back to FS1 College Football presented by Geico. Gus Johnson, Joel Klatt, Molly McGrath with you from Amon G. Carter Stadium here in Fort Worth, Texas, where the 5th-ranked TCU Horned Frogs lead it 37-10. Trevon Boykin handing the football off to Aaron Green as we start the fourth quarter. Trevon Boykin just putting on another show. He's gone over 11,000 career total yards, over 10,000 passing yards. Second down and 7. And a handoff on the reverse. They're going to throw it. Wow. Gary Patterson going for the jugular. Dotson, the intended receiver.
Jared
Harper breaks it up.
He did a nice job of getting back there after that reverse. Harper is the player playing for Carl Joseph. Gets a hand on him, then goes and plays the ball, bats it away. The junior from Frostburg, Maryland. A couple of weeks ago against Oklahoma State was his first start in college football.
It's third down and 7 at the 26. Boykin over the middle and broken up. That ball intended for Austin. Jalen Austin, freshman from Grand Prairie, Texas, and that brings on Oberchrome. And you have to be happy as you head deeper into the season with the way Jaden Oberchrome has played.
Well, those games, you know, they've got to tilt at Oklahoma State. They've got to go to Oklahoma before the home showdown with Baylor. Not to not mention Kansas, but Kansas is mixed in there, sprinkled in. And one of those games is going to come down to special teams. And Oberchrome's been fantastic.
From 43 yards away. And it's good. Oberchrome good from 20, 23, 57, and now 43. 40-10 TCU. (40-10) TCU on top of West Virginia here in Fort Worth, Texas, as the Horned Frogs prepare to send it away once again. Sheldon Gibson, Gary Jennings back deep. Oberchrome, he's been kicking this one out of the end zone for most of the game. And he's had a very special night. 4 for 4 on field goals, 20, 23, 57, 43-yarders. 57 a career long. And this one will not be returned. So a lot is made of the TCU offense, but this defense has been playing extremely well over the last couple of weeks. Kansas State managed just 10 points and 119 yards after halftime 2 games back. And Iowa State was shut out for the final 3 quarters last week, and look at what they've done to West Virginia tonight.
All 10 of those points came in the second quarter. So now you're talking about, you know, going back to the Iowa State game, you're talking about 5 of the last 6 quarters only giving up 10 points. So Gary Patterson's defense on the right trajectory heading into the month of November.
Howard far side, Sills with the catch. And he's taken down quickly. Kindred again. Gary Patterson, the master of this defense. He doesn't, as you mentioned, even go down to the offensive side. He doesn't visit the country club. He stays on the public course, which is the defensive side.
Historically, they've been one of the better defenses in the country.
And the handoff to Shell. Russell pushes the pile forward, gets close to the first down.
I mean, think of it this way, Gus. Only Alabama has led the country in total defense more times than TCU in the history of college football. Alabama has led it 6 times. TCU has led 5 times, all 5 in the Patterson era.
Third down and 1. And Shell does not get the first down. Denzel Johnson.
Going to bring the corner blitz That was number 30, the safety down covering the slot, Denzel Johnson, who was able to get in there and stop that third down play behind the line of scrimmage.
And there is a flag on the play.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, taunting by number 75 of the defense. It's a 15-yard penalty, and it's a first down. 9-2.
92, that's Bryson Henderson. I was going to say, I don't have a 75 on my depth chart, Joel.
I don't either, so I was searching as well. 6'6", 275, the sophomore from Mansfield, Texas, Bryson Henderson. He did start a game this year. That was that Texas Tech game when they were so banged up. Ranked as the number 10 defensive end in the state of Texas a couple of years ago coming out of high school.
First down for West Virginia. And the Mountaineers stay on the ground. Smallwood. Eric Kindred in on the tackle again. Kindred, we've mentioned his name a whole lot tonight. So I guess if you're Gary Patterson, in the back of your mind, are you thinking, what if I have to face a Ohio State with Ezekiel Elliott, or an Alabama who loves to run the ball as well?
Well, I think he's probably more concerned about getting out of this one healthy, and then Oklahoma State next Saturday in a game in Stillwater, Gus, that you and I will be there for on Fox. Yeah, I think that's where his mindset has to be, because the gauntlet that he has, I mean, that's all gravy if he gets to face an Alabama or an Ohio State and their great running games, but they got to get there first, and they've got a gauntlet, including Baylor, who looks very good right now, even with their quarterback.
Third down and short. And Howard dives for the first down.
You know, we've seen the missed opportunities, so it's there for people, you know, to put up points against TCU.
I mean, it's really going to be interesting to watch the Big 12 as it comes down to the wire with some of these games. Oklahoma getting better after that loss to Texas. Smallwood cuts it back, still on his feet, and spins down inside the 30-yard line.
Good run. It's that explosiveness they were talking about. And you're right, Oklahoma now getting their run game going with Samaje Perine, Joe Mixon, along with Baker Mayfield and the plays that he's been able to make. They look like a very tough out.
And Howard wanting to run it. And finally wrapped up by Isiaku.
Oklahoma State probably has the easiest road of any of these teams because they have so many of these teams at home in Stillwater. And then the showdown everyone's waiting for, and you and I are no different, but Baylor coming here to Fort Worth to play TCU to finish the season.
Howard scrambles out of the pocket and throws it out of bounds. If those two teams are able to run the table, late flag thrown. If those two teams are able to run the table, what a game it could be. No love lost between those two teams, between Waco and Fort Worth.
After the play, unnecessary roughness by number 65 of the offense. It's a 15-yard penalty, and it's third down.
Tyler Orlowski.
Another dead ball foul, unsportsmanlike conduct by number 57 of the defense. It's a 15-yard penalty and a first down.
It's Davion Pearson.
This was happening during the first official penalty, the personal foul on Tyler Orlowski. And here's the first one, okay? Tyler Orlowski, number 65 for West Virginia. He's going to, there he goes. He's going to hit Pearson late. And as Pearson's talking to the official, he gets upset about it, and then the flag comes out. That was happening during the call of the first penalty.
First down, West Virginia. Sideline throw. Almost intercepted. Kindred there, and Sills did his best defensive back impersonation, breaking it up, and Kindred rolling over. Good play by David Sills.
Yeah, everything, the ball, both players, everything arrived at the exact same moment. You get a picture right there. Sills definitely turned into a defensive back, was trying to break that ball up. I think he just hit him in the inopportune spot. Let's hope Kindred is okay. Senior, a real leader, in particular for this young defense. They're going to need him during this stretch run. Again, had that huge interception. The first series of the second half against Kansas State changed the course of that game when they were down 18, and just trying to shake it off there.
Kindred walking over to the sideline. Let's hope that he is okay. They certainly need him.
At times this season, he's been the lone returning starter from a year ago out on the field for Gary Patterson.
Second down and 10. And they'll hand it off to Smallwood, turning his legs. And Smallwood finally stopped by Denzel Johnson after a 9-yard gain.
This is the type of drive they needed all night. Ball control. TCU's offense on the sideline. Wendell Smallwood taking it to the TCU defense.
98 yards rushing for Smallwood on 18 carries. Howard. And Howard finally just throws it up in the back of the end zone and out of play.
Yeah, they're just running the ball way too efficiently to then throw that type of a pass on third down.
That brings up 4th down and 1.
If you were going to go for it on 4th down anyways, 2 rushes with Smallwood, with how he's been running the ball the entire series, would have got it for you. I didn't understand that last pass play.
So 4th down and 1 at the 18. Quarterback sneak and a first down. You know, Skyler Howard came into this game struggling a little bit with ball control. 5 interceptions and 3 fumbles the last 3 games. Although he did have that 4 touchdown, 1 interception game at Baylor recently.
That was after starting so well. You know, he was 69% completion percentage, hadn't thrown an interception in the first 3 games, and the wheels kind of came off there for a couple of weeks.
First down and 10 of the 16. Howard steps back, wants to throw it, and picked off. What a play. Wow. Traven Howard. It's almost like he batted it with one hand, gave himself time to catch it with the other. First turnover of the game. What a play. First career interception, and what a spectacular play it was as TCU gets the football at their own 19, and the Horned Frogs running the ball. Green with room, and he finally plows out of bounds after a 17-yard gain.
Green, just a great story, a transfer, played his true freshman year at Nebraska. In 12 games, had 105 yards. Then he transferred, sat out in 2012 here at TCU. You know, coming out of high school, he was listed among the 10 best running backs in the country.
15 carries, 67 yards tonight. First down and 10 at the 36. Boykin near side, caught Stewart. And he stays in bounds, stopped by Kyle Rose.
What's amazing about Trevon Boykin?
What?
He was the 3rd highest quarterback recruit here at TCU. Much less in the state or anything. I mean, Dominic Merca, a tight end on his offense, was the 3rd ranked high school quarterback in the state of Texas in the class of 2011. On his own offense. Here's a guy that just battled it out. He's had transfers come in, beat them out. Remember, Matt Jokel was supposed to be the quarterback last year, who transferred from Texas A&M, and he beat him out. I mean, the guy's a competitor.
2nd down and 4 at the 42. And a flag. Aaron Green running. Looks like a face mask may be coming up.
Holding by number 55 of the offense. It's a 10-yard penalty and replay 2nd down.
So that's Hunt. Second down, 14 at the 32. 40-10, TCU. Boykin. Underneath. And this ball caught by Austin. Jalen Austin gains 11 yards on the play. Rasul Douglas makes the stop.
All the time in the world once again. Slow developing play. Austin gets loose, the true freshman from Grand Prairie, Texas. Came into the game with only 4 catches, one of them for a touchdown. Getting some experience here late.
3rd down, 3 at the 43. High snap handled by Boykin. He slings it out near side Turpin. And Turpin will not get the 1st down. He's about a yard short.
You know, Boykin is TCU right now. And in particular for this stretch run. 7:25 left, up 30 points. I might want to see him with a baseball hat on.
Yes, I would agree with you. He's done enough. Boykin tonight, 388 yards passing. 32 of 48, 3 touchdowns. Boykin has rushed the ball 11 times for 84 yards. And a rushing touchdown. And this ball will be down to the 20. 6:57 to play in the 4th. 40-10. Trevon Boykin. He's done a little bit of everything tonight. And I think they like number 2 in Fort Worth. 6:57 to play in the 4th quarter. 40-10. TCU. And the Horned Frogs doing it in all phases of the game tonight. Offense, defense, special teams with Jaden Overcrom. They should give that young man a game ball. But the catalyst, the straw that stirs the drink, Trevon Boykin. 1st down and 10 at the 22 now for West Virginia. Howard fires far side, and Jordan Thompson with the catch. Good dive forward. And we were laughing in the booth, folks, about Trevon Boykin. He said he's been doing the cha-cha hustle.
I really wish we had a guy. I wish I would have like periscoped the booth or something, you know, like to show everyone out there, you and our man, the great spotter, Scotty. You guys were doing the cha-cha up here during the break.
We're trying to teach you.
I just started reading my notes.
Charlie Brown, as they say in the cha-cha hustle. That's Trevon Boykin. He's got the sweetest feet in America. 1st down and 10 at the 36. Smallwood, 19 carries, 103 yards. Running it again. Smallwood uses his arm to get his balance going. Picks up a 1st down. Denzel Johnson with the tackle. Smallwood now with 6 100-yard games in his career. And he'll get up slowly.
And he's been struggling with injuries all season long. He has not been fresh enough to practice for 3 weeks, but they had the bye week last week. He finally got on the practice field. They were expecting big things from him, and you've seen some of the explosiveness today.
That's right. He's been nursing a bad ankle the past 2 games.
Now 113 yards, 5.7 per carry. Came in as one of the leading rushers in the Big 12 Conference. Of course, Shock Linwood leading the conference down at Baylor. But, you know, his health has just been up and down all season. He's been productive, but not nearly what he could have been if 100% healthy.
First down and 10 to the 46. Howard, and incomplete. Speaking of Baylor, Art Briles and Gary Patterson, very competitive coaches, but you get the feeling they will not be exchanging Christmas cards in the near future.
No, and that's what makes it so great, though. You know, I don't mind when guys don't necessarily get along. They're in it for the best of their own programs.
Second down, and it's Shell running this time.
And they want to win. You know, they want to beat the guy across from them. And that's fine. That's great. And these two programs, I mean, think about where they've come. I mean, Gary Patterson has won conference championships now in 3 different conferences, Gus. He's been coach of the year in all 3 conferences that he's coached in.
Third down at 8. Howard. And incomplete. That one underthrown, intended for David Sills.
All of those here at TCU. Conference USA, of course. Back in the day, they were in the Mountain West. They were in the Big East, but never played a game in the Big East. They were actually with West Virginia in the Big East in the offseason before both of them left the Big East and came to the Big 12. But he's won Coach of the Year in each of those leagues, save for the Big East, obviously, the defunct Big East football-wise. Guy's a great coach. Art Briles is a great coach. Look what he's done at Baylor.
West Virginia punting it away. Turpin lets that one go over his head and into the end zone for a touchback. 5:30 to play, 4th quarter. TCU with the ball coming up right after this. To 10, and you were absolutely right. Trevon Boykin, he doesn't have a baseball cap on, but his evening has come to an end.
Because I'm old school like that. Brandon Kohlhausen in at quarterback, senior from Houston, went to LA Harbor Junior College in 2003. Actually started his career at the University of Houston. Redshirted in 2011. He was one of those quarterbacks from the state of Texas that was rated higher than Trevon Boykin coming out of high school. Him and Dominic Merca, the number 84, the tight end, but Merca now backup duties.
Trevon, the numbers tonight: 32 of 48, 388, 3 touchdowns, 11 carries, 84 yards, 1 rushing touchdown. And he did not throw an interception, and this is Johnson running, breaking tackles. Trevor Johnson, sophomore from Houston, gains 29. Askew Henry with the tackle. And here's a Dr. Pepper play of the game.
There was lots to choose from. We went with this one because this is just an insane arm angle. Drops down, side arm. Playing the position like a champ for the touchdown to Dotson. There might have been, you know, better looking plays, but that one just epitomizes what Trevon Boykin is all about.
And I used to cover the Washington Redskins years ago, and at that time, Sonny Jurgensen, the great Washington Redskins quarterback, was covering the team, and he could throw a ball, Joel, if you were coming right at him.
Yeah.
He could literally curve the ball around you.
Curve it?
Curve it.
He would throw like a slurve?
And he could throw it straight at you and curve it around you. Sonny Jurgensen, look that up.
You know, he would have made a lot of money as a middle reliever.
Yes, he would have. And as for West Virginia with 4:25 and counting, where do they go from here? They're going to start 0-4 in conference play for the first time in the history of the program.
You know, they weren't given any favors by the conference. Their first 4 conference games were at Oklahoma, Oklahoma State, at Baylor, and at TCU.
First down and 10 at midfield, and Johnson runs again. He picks up a first down.
So they've got some winnable games that they should be in, that they should have a chance to win. They're going to drop to 3-4 and 0-4 in the conference, but with 5 games left, there's not a team on the rest of their schedule. Texas Tech, Texas, at Kansas, Iowa State, and at Kansas State. They've got the ability to beat any or all of those teams and finish 8-4, go to a bowl game, and then this conference with those 4 at the top of the conference, Oklahoma State, Oklahoma, TCU, and Baylor, that's not a terrible season. I know it feels awful right now for West Virginia, but you got to remember the type of stretch that they're in, including back-to-back road games against top 5 opponents.
Johnson running right, and he falls down.
Just to show you how rare this is, back-to-back road games against top 5 opponents. The last time it happened in college football was Southern Miss in 1999, faced then at Nebraska and at Texas A&M, both in the top 5. That's what West Virginia has faced over the last couple of ball games. So I know there's been some unrest in Morgantown with the way that the Mountaineers are playing, but when you take into consideration that Clint Trickett's no longer your quarterback and you've got that schedule in the month of October, this was always going to be a tough stretch for them.
Lewis Johnson again. And the one I think that really hurts is the loss to Oklahoma State, 33-26 in overtime.
Yeah, and they did not start off well. Remember, that was the first game that they played without Carl Joseph, their great defensive player. And they were down 17-2 before they could blink. They gave Oklahoma State their first touchdown on a fumble. Oklahoma scored defensively, and so they clawed back into that game, ultimately lost. And then all of a sudden, you're looking at the next 2 ball games on the road against Baylor and TCU. So that was a tough hill to climb for the Mountaineers.
3rd down, 3 at the 33. And the Horned Frogs will stay on the ground and pick up the first down as Christian runs the football.
Gus, we'll see TCU in their next outing at Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State this Saturday travels to Texas Tech. If they're able to win that ball game, Oklahoma State will be 8-0. TCU will be 8-0, and that'll be quite the showdown in Stillwater.
First down, TCU. And Christian running it again. So let's take a look at the remaining schedule for the Horned Frogs. Oklahoma State next week, and that will be a big one in Stillwater.
Oklahoma and Baylor to round things out, and it's important to note that November 27th date, Baylor has a game after on that last week of the season during the conference championship weeks. Remember, the Big 12 saves a couple of teams there to play on that last week so that they're not just all idle sitting at home before the college football playoff committee gets together and votes for the last time. So they're going to have to make their case before the last week of the season.
Johnson. And he is taken down. Sharif with the tackle.
I'll say this, Gus, and I don't mean to interrupt, but there's been a lot of, which conference is going to get left out of the playoff and this and that. If there's an undefeated from this conference, the Big 12, they play 9 conference games. TCU is playing 10 Power 5 opponents. When you take Alabama's only playing 9 Power 5 opponents, and they play an FCS school in November. That's just truth, right? Those are just facts of the schedule. TCU's schedule, tougher than that. Maybe not opponent by opponent because of some of those teams in the SEC West, but from a scheduling perspective, someone goes undefeated out of this conference, they're going to be in the mix.
And I would agree with you, but that's going to be awfully difficult because I have a feeling that sitting in the weeds, you have the 2 Oklahoma schools, and they plan on making things very difficult for TCU and Baylor.
No question about it.
But on this night, Gary Patterson and the Horned Frogs, 16 consecutive wins, a school record, the 2nd longest streak in the nation behind Ohio State. They pile up 616 yards in total offense and beat West Virginia handily, 40-10. Back to Fort Worth to wrap it up right after this.
Welcome to Fox Sports Live.